You're listening to Carterville Lions football on News Radio 1340, WJPF Herrin, W258DP Herrin 99.5 FM.
We just got to get that mentality that we got to score every time we're on the field.
First, that's a first down.
Oh, goodness!
The Carterville Lions are on the air. News Radio WJPF is proud once again to be your home for Carterville Lion athletics all season long. This broadcast is brought to you in part by the SIU Credit Union, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, Montgomery's Place, Central Hospital for Animals, First Southern Bank. Also helping to make this broadcast possible, Riggin Pelage and Burke Funeral Home, John A. Logan College, Rise Performance, Banterra Bank, Shawnee Health, the City of Carterville. Also supporting this broadcast, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, Steve and Rich's Barber Styling, Malone's Early Learning Center, Polar Whip, and the Bank of Herrin. It's time for the Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF. Here's Keenan Clark and the voice of the Lions, Dave McKenzie.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Graveyard in Herrin. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you as the Carterville Lions beginning the first of 4 road games in a row. Tonight, taking on cross-county rival, the Herrin Tigers. Keenan Clark, it's going to be much drier tonight than it was a week ago.
We hope it stays that way. It's beautiful weather out there. We got a little south wind coming out of here, so it could impact the ball a little bit depending upon the direction that you're going, but it's very nice out there.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful night. Another night that we're playing on natural turf here at Herrin.
Yeah, 2 out of our first 4 games on grass. That's just not common for us anymore.
Trust the park.
And unless next week, if St. Joe got turf this past year, we'll be on natural turf there, and then when we go to Massac.
Yeah, it looks like.
I mean, look at that. That's kind of odd for the Carterville Lions. Hey, Carterville coming off that 21-16 win a week ago over West Frankfort. That West Frankfort team, a scrappy ball team, and I mean they had Carterville. You know they have scored 3 touchdowns, but by gosh, West Frankfort had the ball and was driving late in the game, and it was the Carterville D that came up big for the Lions to preserve that win.
It was. They've had 2 weeks in a row where our defense has played very, very well and kept us in the games and had to make plays late, and that's not easy to do whenever you're playing against teams that have the ability to score very quickly. But our kids have played tough, and we have a lot of guys that go one way. So late in the game, they seem to have a little bit more energy. They haven't been worn down yet. So
yeah, and Herrin, of course, Carterville is 2-1 entering tonight. They've won 2 in a row. Herrin has started off this 2024 football season 0-3. And let's go back to week 1, that Marion game.
Yeah.
It was late in the game, the third quarter, I think, late in the third quarter. It was a 21-20 ball game. Herrin was right there with Marion, and then Marion just got hot at the end.
Yeah, and one of the things that Herrin will do is they will maintain the possession of the ball for a long time. They don't pass it as much as a lot of teams do. They'll get double tight. They'll run right at you, and it just consumes the clock. We saw that last year when we went to AJ in week 9, and what it does, it keeps the ball out of your playmakers' hands. So Carterville's offense is going to have to make the most of the opportunities that they get tonight.
And, Carterville, their offense has not been as prolific as it has been in years past. This game with Herrin, it usually is a really tight ball game anyway, just because it's a rivalry game.
Yeah, it's a great cross-county rivalry game, and you hit the nail on the head there, Dave. We don't have an offensive identity just yet. I think it's there. We've got a lot of good pieces. We haven't put those pieces where they are getting the most out of each other, and I think that's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Let's hope tonight is that time. But when they find that identity and that this is what we do to score and this is what other teams have to stop, then we're going to be a very good ball team.
The Herrin Tigers have just taken the field. We're waiting on the Carterville Lions to make their way out of the lineup, out of the locker room. This is our City of Carterville pregame show. We're going to go on and take our first break, and when we come back, you're going to hear from the head coach of your Carterville Lions, Brett Dial. He's coming up next here on News Radio WJPF.
At the Bank of Herrin, we know the recipe for success begins with the right ingredients, so we've taken services like mobile banking and teen debit accounts, added in helpful employees and a full trust department, and topped it off with a commitment of service to our communities. Put it all together, and it's clear why the Bank of Herrin is a leader in the communities we serve. Community strong, the Bank of Herrin, it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Montgomery's Place in Carterville is your place for taking a quick lunch break, a craft dinner experience with a relaxing atmosphere, or a Saturday brunch spot. It's Montgomery's Place. Their menu offers full breakfast options and hot and cold espresso drinks. Ask about their weekly dinner specials Thursday through Saturday. Their full bar and signature cocktails makes Montgomery's Place the perfect place for your next private party or event. Proud to be a longtime Carterville Lions booster. Montgomery's Place on South Division Street.
Central Hospital for Animals in Marion, Herrin, Carbondale, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Sure, they do wellness visits and routine vaccinations, but you might not know about everything they offer, like orthopedic surgery for pets with hip or knee injuries and laser therapy to reduce inflammation, pain, or promote wound healing. Noticing that your pet stopped jumping? Maybe they've just slowed down in general. Central Hospital for Animals offers chiropractic services too. Online at centralvet.net.
Coach Brett Dowell joins us on our pregame show on the road, the first of 4 road games. Thanks for that scheduling. I appreciate that.
Everybody was all happy last year when we had 4 in a row at home, and here we are a year later thinking, oh, boy, here it goes. But at least we start out with a close drive, so let's get it going.
Coach, you're coming off rain. It was just nasty, just a nasty night, but you get the win, and you come over to take on this Herrin Tiger team tonight.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks we've really had to gut it out, on the road at Nashville, and then last week with the conditions. And West Frankfort's much improved, and all 3 of our opponents that we've played so far I fully expect to be playoff teams. So, we just we got to stay the course and continue to get a little bit better each week. And this is going to be a tough one. I mean, Herrin's 0-3, but throw that out. I mean, we're 10 miles away. All our guys know each other, and so they're at home, and they're going to give us everything they got, and we know that, and we're going to respond.
Absolutely. And it seems like every year it's always just a close ball game for some reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a rivalry game. I mean, it's just like how they were winning in the fourth quarter against Marion. I mean, you got to throw some of that stuff out, and tonight, I know it sounds kind of silly, but I've got to make this a football game tonight. I can't get in a track meet or anything else like that. We need to play football and get the ball running between the tackles and do our assignments and like I said, make this the football game and not anything else.
Coach, the one thing, the real big thing I thought that came out of that game last week was the play of your defensive backfield. They were outstanding. The linebackers, they were able to get in and create some havoc in that backfield for West Frankfort.
Yeah, the defense the last 2 weeks has been outstanding. I mean, they carried us really. I mean, we've struggled a little bit to put together consistently offensive series. We'll put a good one together, and then we'll have a bad one or 2 bad ones. We got to be a little bit more consistent on the offensive side of the football. Get out of those long yardage with penalties and bad snaps or whatever. And like I said, just execute a little bit cleaner. And then the defense just needs to continue to do what they're doing. And they've been very strong and they're flying to the football. And I really thought our linebackers, especially last week, really stepped it up.
Thank you very much, Coach. We'll talk post game.
We'll see.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702 represents more than just electricians. The IBEW is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
High school football means Friday Night Live is here. I'm Darren Kennard, and you can join me live on Facebook after tonight's game for River Radio Sports Central's Friday Night Live.
Stream looks good. You could tilt down a little bit. We got a fair amount of the sky in there.
Catch all of tonight's scores and join in the discussion on Friday Night Live. River Radio Sports Central, powered by Clark Concrete and IBEW Local 702, I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live, presented by Charlie's AC and Heating.
Welcome back to Herrin High School. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you as we are getting you set for Carterville Lions football here this evening. Conference play starts tonight, Keenan. We haven't even mentioned that yet.
Yeah, that's going to be a first test. Try to come out, get you a win here, and be on first place of the conference going into week 5. That'd be nice.
It would be very nice. And Carterville just taking the field here at Herrin High School. And congratulations to the Herrin Athletic Department. They have a new scoreboard to our left. It's one of the big video boards, and that thing's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really nice. It jumps out at you is what it does, and we'll see what they've got going on with video scoreboard and replay board, I believe. So can't wait to see what that's got to offer.
Big numbers for us to look at. We'll see.
That helps.
You know,
that helps a lot.
The older I get, the more I need that help. Hey, Carterville have won 2 in a row. I think we can kind of throw that week 1 loss to Benton aside. They have been playing better. We know that this is a really strong defensive team, but tonight would be an outstanding night for this Carterville offense to get going.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some of the things that we've been seeing, but I think that we probably have a little bit more purpose now with what we're doing and how we're going about our offensive play calling. Coach Dial's a smart guy, and he's always looking to adjust and try to pick up on what his own tendencies are and make some adjustments. I do think that we're going to see Bishing under center at some point in time again, like we did 2 weeks ago. And last week we saw Andy Johnson come in at quarterback and ran a series or two where they moved Bishing out to the slot, try to get some matchups that were favorable for him. I'm hoping to see a little bit of that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a strong arm. And, of course, Nick, his bread and butter the last 2 years was being out as a receiver. He moved from that receiver, and he's a slot receiver at that. And he moved from that receiver position into the quarterback position. And so why not bring a strong arm like Andy Johnson and throw Bishing out there in that slot and let him do some damage out there as well.
That setup creates problems for a defense because now your defense has to change what their focus is because, again, when you're changing your offensive game plan and you're putting in a quarterback who's primarily there to throw versus one who can scamper and run like Bishing can, it makes a difference on who you have out there personnel-wise. So I'm sure Herrin is going to be watching closely who's coming in and off the field for the Lions.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of good games tonight around Southern Illinois. This is just one of so many. Anna Jonesboro at Nashville taking place tonight. Benton at DuQuoin. That's a big matchup tonight. Pinckneyville, West Frankfort. Harrisburg at Marquette. Murfreesboro and Massac playing tonight. South 7 games will feature Carbondale, Cahokia, Granite City, Centralia. It will feature Mount Vernon at Collinsville. And then tomorrow, Marion not playing tonight. They're going to play tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock when they take on Lighthouse Christian Academy out of Missouri over by Springfield. And that'll be a 5 o'clock kickoff coming up tomorrow afternoon. Black Diamond games tonight, Carmi-White County at Cesar-Valier, Edwards County at Hamilton County, El Dorado at Flora, Johnston City at Fairfield. Also a couple of things. Let's run down the John A. Logan College Little Egypt poll this week. Came out yesterday. A little switch in the top 5. Marion comes in as the #1 team. Of course, they're 3-0 on the season. Murfreesboro #2, Benton #3, Johnston City #4, Mount Vernon is #5 on the season. Anything surprising you there?
No, I think that's pretty much how you're going to see it shake out.
Yeah, I would agree. When you look at the AP polls, Class 1A, Belleville Althoff #1. Cesar-Valier got some additional votes. They're not in the top 10. Class 2A shows Johnston City at #6. How about Chester, #9 in the state in 2A this year?
Yeah, they got a big win a couple of weeks ago, and I think they're starting to show some signs and turn a few heads over there.
Class 3A, Byron is #1. Next week, the Lions are going to go on the road up to St. Joe Ogden. Guess what? They're the #4 team in Class 3A.
Well, they were the #3 team in Class 3A last year whenever we saw them. So
they were. And Class 4A shows Breeze Central as #3. Murfreesboro, Waterloo, and your Carterville Lions got some additional votes there, but they are not in the top 10. But that is kind of a breakdown on the polls. We'll update the scores for you as we go along tonight. We'll get you updated scores at halftime and then try to do that in our post game as well. We're going to go on and take our final break here, and when we come back, we're going to have the kickoff. It'll be your Carterville Lions and the Herrin Tigers here on News Radio WJPF.
Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home is a family-owned and operated, full-service funeral home serving Southern Illinois since 1930. They provide dignified, caring, and individualized services to their client families. The funeral home you choose is not just the business down the street, but the caring staff that counsels you in one of the most difficult times in your life. From the time of the first phone call, your family is their #1 priority. When you need them, Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home in Carterville is there. SIU Credit Union now offers interest with their free checking with e-statements accounts. Sign up for free checking and start earning a dividend on balances over $1,000. Open with just $25 and there's no monthly fees when you sign up for e-statements. Get access to over 85,000 free ATMs nationwide and free online banking and valuable SIU CU rewards. To start earning, apply online at siucu.org. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
Rise Performance in downtown
Yeah, the
Carterville
stream
is
looks
one
good.
of Southern
You may have
Illinois'
zoomed
best
in a
fitness
little too
facilities,
much, though.
offering
It's going to be
something for
hard
the
to
whole
do the
family.
swivel
Members enjoy
to keep up with
24/7
any long
access with
plays,
9,000
but
square
it's
feet
holding
of
good, no
equipment.
buffering.
They offer group classes, women's only classes, youth strength and conditioning, personal training, sports medicine, and massage therapy. Looking for a great variety of cardio equipment? Look no further than Rise Performance. They even have a separate room for free weights. Rise Performance on Division
I can
Street,
see we have not
Carterville.
started
The
the
Southern
anthem
Illinois
yet.
celebration of National Hunting
We've already
and Fishing
done the
Days
anthem. That was
returns
during
to the campus
coach.
of John A. Logan College in
Oh,
Carterville,
didn't
September
hear that.
28th
Okay,
and
coming
29th.
back after
John
this.
A. Logan College and title sponsor Oasis Outdoors are excited to bring you the popular events like the McDonald's Kids Free Fishing Hole, 3D Archery, Super Retriever Series, hunting and fishing seminars, and dozens of vendors. Join us September 28th and 29th on the John A. Logan College campus for this Southern Illinois tradition. Visit sihfd.org for more information.
Just moments away from kickoff here at Herrin High School as the Carterville Lions bring their 2-1 record into Herrin High School. Cross-county rivalry conference matchup tonight, and the 0-3 Herrin Tigers. Carterville in their road whites. They're wearing white over white with the orange helmets this moving. They'll be moving right to left on your radio dial. The Herrin Tigers all black uniforms with orange stripes, white numbers on the back, and I'm ready to get this thing going, Keenan.
Yeah, there's a lot of black shirts and black helmets, black pants here at Herrin this week. It looks like they're celebrating. I guess they have is it a blackout game for them?
Yes, I think so. Don't forget, you can go to YouTube. You can watch the game and listen to the game there. Just go to YouTube, search Carterville Lions or Herrin Tigers or Dave McKenzie or Keenan Clark or Carterville High School. Any of that should get you to the game. Or just watch us on our social media as well. Carterville has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, we're glad to have you, and thank you for tuning in to Lions football here on News Radio WJPF. The kick is away. It's on the ground, a squib kick, and it's going to be picked up at about the 15-yard line, brought out across the 20 to about the 25 before being brought down right there. And that's where the Herrin Tigers are going to start. They've got it 1st and 10 here in the first quarter.
Nice job by the Lions just containing the return there for Lukens. I think that's going to be a big part of tonight is how we can manage the special team. When things are a little chaotic, Herrin has some athletes, and they have the ability to blow the top off a lot of times if you're not careful. So I think special teams is going to be something we're really going to have to be sharp on this evening.
Talon Nemeth, the quarterback for the Herrin Tigers. He brings his Tigers to the line of scrimmage, which is the 26. In the backfield, it's going to be Chris Nelson and Nick Hubbard that does the running. As we have a too many men penalty on the Herrin Tigers right off the jump, and that puts them in 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10 situation.
Yeah, that's probably just a little bit of nerves and not being aware of what the situation was. That shouldn't happen the first series of the game.
So that backs him up 5 yards. So now it's going to be Nemeth from the shotgun as he pitches it to his jetback, who gets out across the 20, 25, out across the 30, here to the near sideline on the carry. Kyrese Lukens uses that speed. That's one thing about this Herrin Tiger team. They are fast.
They are very fast. They've got not only Kyrese Lukens, but Chris Nelson, who also can take off and just before you even blink, they can be out of your sight. And so Carterville has got to contain that big play, those long runs. they've got to keep them bottled up.
As a matter of fact, it was enough to pick up the first down, so it was a 15-yard carry. I think he actually went for 16. The ball sets right now at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They put their jet back in motion. That's Stubbs. It heads across, and it is the give right up the middle out to about the 40-yard line. So a gain of about 3, going to bring up 2nd down and 7 now for the Tigers.
Nice job, Andy Johnson, filling that hole, but the problem was he'd already picked up 3 yards before contact was made. So, again, Herrin's going to be content to get 3 yards, 4 yards every play and just methodically work the ball down the field.
Out to the 41-yard line, first possession of the game for the Herrin Tigers. Just underway, about 45 seconds in, as Nemeth takes the pitches out to the far side, and the carry out to about the 43-yard line. Going to be short of a first down. So the Herrin Tigers now are facing a 3rd down.
Nice pursuit there from the backside for the Lions. They had enough pressure up front to end up having him slow down. He had to cut back into it. Backside pursuit, did a nice job of bringing him down. But that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of that. 2 tight ends, quarterback under center, wishbone, and they're going to run a lot of option, a lot of dive plays off of it.
Talon Nemeth, the senior quarterback, stands 5'11", puts a man in motion, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself out across the 45, out close to a first down. Did the ball come loose? No, it stayed on the turf, but did that Carterville D get the stop? That's the question. And no, it's going to be a first down for the Tigers, their 2nd first down of this drive.
Well, they didn't lose the ball, but again, that's one of the risks that you have if you're one of those teams that's going to be willing to take 3-4 yards. It's going to be penalties. It's going to be fumbles. You can't have any miscues because that really puts you in a bind. So Carterville's just going to hope that they just wait them out, let Herrin make a mistake, and then you can have the turnover on the downs if you're lucky.
So the Tigers.
It looked like we had a flag on the field that was ultimately picked up.
That makes sense. That's why there's a little bit of a delay. That's the 2nd first down, though, for the Tigers. And, years past, Herrin would throw the ball a little bit, but this year it seems like they're just a ground-and-pound type team.
That seems to be their offensive MO right now.
So they have the ball at the Herrin 48 as Nemeth comes to the line of scrimmage. Full house backfield behind him. As he drops back, this time he throws the swing pass out to the left side. Carterville's right there. Man, great job. I think that was Riley Crane out there on the stop.
He had a couple of plays like that last week where he reads that from the safety position. He's the only guy that has to come up there and make that play, and it was a really nice tackle for a loss, and that's what the Lions needed right there. Just set them back a little bit, maybe get Herrin, hit the panic button. Maybe we'll get a little turnover here.
So it's going to be 2nd and 14 after the 4-yard loss. The ball sets at the 44-yard line. And as we said, Carterville's defense has been outstanding the last 2 weeks. Nashville and then last week against West Frankfort. 2nd down and 14 for the Tigers. They have it from their own 44. Nemeth, this time, quick pitch out to the right side, trying to get to the corner. And around the corner, he does on the carry. Kyrie Slukins brings it near side out of bounds, and that's going to be enough to move the chains one more time.
Right there, you're seeing Lukens getting loose in the backfield or on the edge, and whenever he turns that corner, he's really hard to run down. You're not going to run him down from behind. You got to have good pursuit, take a good angle, and get to the sideline before he does. And right before that play happened, it looked like Poole was up, and then something caused Crane to have to shift up. I don't know if they were looking for the pass on the backside, and Poole rolled right out of that position. They shifted Poole right out of the position where the play was ran.
About 3.5 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Herrin has it at the Lion 42-yard line as Nemeth takes the snap, gives it to the first man through. They run that full house backfield on the carry. Nick Hubbard and the Lions defensive line right there to bottle him up. And a short gain of about 3 yards now for the Tigers.
Yeah, he ran him right into Jackson Smith, and Jamie Jones was on his tail, pulled him right back into the backfield. Still picked up a couple of yards, but that offensive run had to hurt a little bit.
Just a little bit. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 now, it looks like, for the Herrin Tigers. The 9th play of the drive here at Herrin.
Carterville has 9 kids within 3 yards, 4 yards of the football right now.
Crowd in the box, definitely. So we've got an official Timeout, they're going to reset the play clock is what they're doing. They're resetting the play clock to 25.
It looks like we have Carson Banks and Hayden Harrell back.
So here come the Tigers from the near hash, moving left to right in their black home uniforms. Nemeth takes the snap. He gives it to Lukens. Lukens off of left tackle, crashes out to about the 30-yard line. That, once again, is going to move the chains. So the 4th first down now on this opening drive for the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, we've moved Crane and Poole up, and we're playing them inside the box, and we've switched and moved Harrell and Banks back to the safety position so that we can have a little bit extra help with this run and a little help on the edge, because that's where Herrin really likes the scores, off the edge.
Tigers are looking strong right now, as it was, I believe, Nelson on the carry that time, and Carterville holds him to about a 2-yard gain, maybe about a yard, actually, when you look out on that far sideline. So it's going to be 2nd down and long now for the Tigers.
Perfect example of why you bring Riley Crane up. He comes up, he crashes hard, he keeps his outside arm free, and when Lukens tries to bounce on the outside of him, he gets a hold of him and brings him down by himself. Really nice play there. Good job by the defense to be in the right place at the right time.
2nd and 8 from the Carterville 28-yard line. 6:43 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. First drive of the game. Time-consuming drive. Keenan talked about that. That's a key for the Herrin Tigers here tonight. Now, again, it's run right up the middle. Nelson breaks away down the far sideline. Nobody's there, and the Herrin Tigers, it's going to be Chris Nelson that scores on the 28-yard touchdown run for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're afraid of. You get him loose, and he gets into your secondary, especially with everybody up. Now you have to catch him from behind, and you don't catch him from behind.
Comes here at the 6:25 mark of the first quarter. A 28-yard touchdown run from Chris Nelson. And the Tigers on for the extra point, as it's going to be Jose Mendez on to do the kicking. The left footer. 6:25 remaining here in the opening quarter. The Tigers drive it right down the field. 11-play drive culminating on a 28-yard run from Chris Nelson. So now it's going to be Mendez. The left footer's kick is good, and the Herrin Tigers lead it 7-0 here with 6:25 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
News Radio 1340, WJPF Herrin, W258DP Herrin, 99.5 FM.
It's fall, it's getting colder, and your heating system just quit. Last week, your car needed repairs. Life doesn't always go as planned. At Charlie's Heating and Air Conditioning in Carterville, they understand. That's why Charlie won't sell you something you don't need. They diagnose the problem and tell you exactly what's needed. No gimmicks, whether a fix or a whole new unit. And as your local York dealer, you can trust Charlie's for top quality York products. Call or visit charliesairandheat.com. Your local York dealer, committed to keeping you warm this fall.
Herrin Tigers drive it right down the field, 11 plays. The 28-yard touchdown run from Chris Nelson gives the Tigers the 7-0 lead. After the extra point is good. That was a good drive.
It was, and interestingly enough, the kicker, Jose Mendez, last night was wearing a Carterville jersey for the Carterville Herrin Co-op soccer team.
There you go. And so the kickoff now goes into the end zone. The touchback is going to give it to the Lions, as they will have the ball now here at the 6:25 mark. Carterville, I mean, you don't want to say they have to score, but this is an important drive for the Lions.
Yeah, you want to get out and establish offensively that you can do some things, find out what's going to be working. But a lot of times your first drive of the night, that's kind of your litmus test. Can we run in? Can we run out? And if you don't get an opportunity to run a whole lot, you could be down quite a bit early on.
So here comes Nick Bishing and the Carterville Lions. And tonight, the running back getting the start is going to be Amon Cozy. So actually it's going to be Andy Johnson at quarterback, it looks like, to start. As he does give it to Cozy. Cozy off right tackle, breaks it out across the 25 to about the 30-yard line. So a big chunk yard run there for Amon Cozy on the first carry.
Amon got a chance to run a little bit last week in the fourth quarter and had a couple of nifty runs, got a first down, like a 14 or 15-yard run one time. So it'll be interesting to see how he does tonight.
It's going to be 2nd down and 1 now from the 29 for the Lions.
Got Bishing split out here to the left side.
Yep.
Just inside of Poole.
Yep, he's in the slot. So Andy Johnson at quarterback for the Lions. So 2 receivers here on the near side. We have one spread out to the far side. That's Parker Poole out there. And the Lions look to the sideline to Coach Brett Dial. We got a stoppage, and it's going to be offside. Yeah, offside on the Tigers.
Yeah, they had someone lined up over the ball, I believe.
And that's going to move the chains, too.
Herrin is right up in the box. They're expecting a run right here, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see us try to take a deep shot, especially when you got Bishing over here in the slot. You've got Andy Johnson at quarterback. You have the opportunity to I think they're going to try to get over the top of the defense here.
Bring it out to about the 34-yard line for the Lions. Johnson takes the snap, gives it to Cozy. Cozy breaks it big for about 8-9 yards. Another big carry by Amon Cozy.
They're still looking. They put Bishing in motion. I believe they were trying to see who's going to match up with him and see what he's got whenever he moves. As soon as they see that they have a favorable matchup, I think they're going to take that shot.
It's a gain of 8 from Cozy as he carries it out to the Lion 42. 4:50 remaining here in the opening quarter. Tigers lead it 7-0. Near side, it's the snap. It's the give to Cozy. Cozy gets the first down out to about the 46-yard line. Wasn't a whole lot there. He kind of waited a second, stutter stepped, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, what I've been impressed with Cozy, even last year when he got to run quite a bit as a junior, is he sees the field really well, and he will stop and make a cut and still make positive yards out of that. He doesn't just sit there and wait till someone hits him. He's always moving forward.
Ball is at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lions. They have 2 first downs here on this drive. And they're having issues with the play clock, and so they're going to shut it off, it appears, and it'll go to the back judge that will have the play clock.
It's like we're at Carterville.
Yeah. The back judge, when there's 5 seconds, will count it down over his head so that the quarterback can see. So Andy Johnson, who's the quarterback for the Lions, puts a man in motion. That's Bishing. Johnson's pitch to Bishing. Gets it out across midfield to the 45 of the Herrin Tigers, where he's brought down at about the 43-yard line. So another first down for Carterville, and I kind of like this from the Lions right now.
It is. Now the Lions are going to take advantage of this opportunity to change it up. Andy Johnson just went out. Looks like Bishing's going to be behind the center with Cozy. No, he's going to be in the shotgun, but Bishing's going to take the snap with Cozy on his left side.
Yep, Cozy is there off of his left hip. As the officials are having a conversation with
Coach Dallas wanting to go. He's wanting to get the play going and start, and they're having some confusion, and it really is messing with his ability to play with some tempo.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's Bishing. He gives it to Cozy. Cozy follows his right guard right out. A big gain once again. So he's picking up chunk yards on these first down carries as he picks up about 7 on this carry.
Yeah, his right side of the line did a nice job. It's not like he's making something out of nothing. Like there's a nice hole, and he's digging his head down and getting downhill very quickly.
Carterville comes to the line once again. They're ready to go.
Now they're going faster.
Yep. Now they got the tempo they want. Here's Bishing, takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Gets to the outside, nice block. He cuts it back, reverses, and he actually maybe just picked up a short gain there, a gain of maybe 1, maybe 2 on that carry.
I think he found a way to get a couple yards. That puts us in a 3rd and short situation. I think that was a designed run for him. I don't think there was any confusion. I think they were deliberately trying to play the ball, play him off to the weak side of that.
So the Lions are ready to go. Once again, Bishing steps up to the line of scrimmage. Now he's under center. And he's going to keep it himself, trying to pick up kind of a modified tush push, I guess, just right over his center. And that's going to be enough to move the chains once again for the Lions as they pick up another first down.
Yeah, when you get behind Jackson Smith and he snaps the ball and can get moving forward, he's a pretty good protector when you're getting through there. Now we're doing a little change here, moving Bishing out. Looks like Andy Johnson's coming back into quarterback again.
Have it at the 31 of Herrin. 2:29 remaining here in this first quarter. As Johnson takes the snap, Cozy on the carry. He's bottled up right there at the line of scrimmage. Good defense by the Herrin Tigers, and they were led by Nick Hubbard, who was right there to bring down Amon Cozy.
Yeah, Hubbard, and he filled in that one pretty quickly. I think what Carterville is going to see tonight, they're going to have a hard time throwing deep out on the edge. We're going to have a hard time getting Watts the ball and pull the ball. When you've got Lucas and Nelson out there on those two, they're going to have to be creative to get open.
So here are the Tigers. Bishing goes in motion, left to right across the line of scrimmage. Johnson rolls right, throws it, has Riley Crane. First down and more for Riley Crane as he's brought down near the 20-yard line. That'll move the chains once again for Carterville. Another first down.
Great play there, because when you do take those guys and you run them off down the field, when you send Watts and Poole down the field, it clears out the two fastest guys on the field, and now it opens up Crane to get a mismatch in the middle.
Carterville's at the line of scrimmage already, 1st and 10 from the 15. And it's the give to Cozy. Cozy right up the gut, bangs his way down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be marked at about the 4, it looks like. So Carterville has it 2nd down and goal from the 4.
Yep.
Actually, it's going to be first. That was a first down carry. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4.
For all the offensive woes that we've had based on our line struggling at times, they have looked really good so far this drive.
Stacked eye behind the quarterback. Bishing puts his head down once again, plows his way forward, and he got pushed back. We'll see what they give him on the carry.
He got close to the end zone. I thought he had a pretty good surge. It looks like they're going to mark the ball.
Forward progress. It's going to be at the 2-yard line, so it's 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line for Carterville. They are threatening here.
Carterville just shifted all the way over, went to a strong side to the right, and going to run it just back to the left.
And they get in. Touchdown. Touchdown on the carry by Andy Johnson, I do believe. Was that Johnson on the carry? The 2-yard run. 2-yard touchdown run for the Lions. We'll have to clarify on the carry who that was. But it comes here at the 29-second mark. That first quarter went so fast. Each team has had one possession, and with the extra point, the Lions could tie it up. On to do the kicking is Keith Layson, the left footer. Bad snap, but a good hold. The kick is up and good, and we are tied 7-7 here with 29 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here from Herrin High School, it's Carterville Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Brian, you there? So the Carterville Lions score here to tie the game 7-7 with 29 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Keenan Clark, and you answer a good drive with a good drive of your own. That's how you do it.
Very efficient. Had a completed pass, ran the ball very well up the middle, ran the ball on the outside, ran a good option play. Carterville really had a few things figured out on that one. Let's see if our defense can find out what the holes were on the last drive and maybe get those stuffed up.
So the Herrin Tigers are going to get it back here with 29 seconds left as the Lions tee it up here just below us at the 40-yard line in a 7-7 ball game. This Lions broadcast. Glad to have you watching us. And another liner kick. Bounce hop and picked up by the Tigers, by Kyrie Slukins, and Carterville's right there. Better coverage on this kickoff than on the first one, as the Tigers are going to start at about their own 25-yard line. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville. Want to remind you about the upcoming road closure for Downtown Car Show next Friday. Division Street is going to be closed between Grand Avenue North to Virginia Street. That's coming up Friday, the 27th from 4 until 9 o'clock. For more information on the Carterville Downtown Car Show, visit the city's Facebook page or visit carterville.com. And the city says, go Lions. 1st and 10 for the Tigers here with 23 seconds on the clock. They have it at their own 25-yard line. Quarterback Talon Nemeth. And a flag is thrown from the far side. It's going to be a motion penalty on the Tigers.
That's 2 drives that Herrin has started with a pre-snap penalty, giving up an extra 5 yards. Now, last drive, they ended up pulling it together pretty quickly. In fact, on their second play, they ended up getting the first down.
So it's going to bring up 1st and 15 after the penalty. Backs him up to the 20-yard line. 7-7 ball game here. So a good ball game to start things off. Good crowd for the Lions on the far side. Good crowd for Herrin here on the near side. I believe it's Blackout Cancer Night here tonight. It's the give to Nelson. Nelson gets away from one defender, finds his way out and picks up a nice gain. Carterville had him shut down and caught in the backfield, but he's able to pick up about maybe 3 yards on the carry and kept from losing yards.
100%. That was all Chris Nelson. He was wrapped up in the backfield, breaks free, ends up breaking a.
So we've got a flag.
Could be an unsportsmanlike penalty on somebody. I just don't know which side is going to get that.
Yep. This is a rivalry game. You see this typically every year. There's a little bit of chatter. We'll see what the officials do as they're making their notes on their notepads, and they haven't made the call yet. Must be a lot to write down because they're taking their time. And let's see. All right, now here's the call. It's going to be unsportsmanlike on the Tigers and on the Lions, so it'll be offsetting. It's going to keep it 1st down and 5 for the Tigers from the 30-yard line. Ball's on the turf. Who's going to get it? I think Tigers may have got it back. And falling on the ball was Nick Hubbard to recover that.
It looked like Nemeth got caught it a little bit off guard when the snap came, and it got right up, popped off his helmet, and then luckily who was the running back? Hubbard was the one who recognized it and jumped on it.
That ends the first quarter, and good ball game so far. And a quick first quarter as we are tied 7-7 here from Herrin High School. This is Lions football on News Radio WJPF. Brian, can you feed programming, please? That's Brian.
In 29, John A. Logan College
Okay, we're
and
back.
Title sponsor Oasis Outdoors are excited to bring you
Okay.
the popular events like the McDonald's Kids Free Fishing Hole, 3D archery.
Sorry about that,
Retriever
didn't know.
Series, hunting and fishing seminars, and dozens of vendors. Join us September 28th and 29th on the John A. Logan College campus for this Southern Illinois tradition. Visit sihfd.org for more information.
Now you're good.
As tied 7-7 here in the second quarter. And the Tigers are looking to throw, and they get it to the outside, and a flag comes in after the reception by the Tigers out on the far side.
That's 2 plays in a row that Carterville has had the running back or the back in the backfield bottled up and let him slip away. Carterville's going to have to do a better job of getting him held up and taken down to the ground. Got a penalty against the Tigers.
That's going to back him up. So 7-7 is our score.
They may decline this and bring up a 4th and long because I don't think he got enough for the first down.
Yeah, I don't think so either. We'll see here. The penalties decline.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So it's
4th down, you may get the ball back anyway. There'd be no reason to give him another shot.
So it's 4th down now for the Tigers. Carterville's defense, can they get the stop here? Get the ball back in the offensive hand. So they are going to punt away. They're about 4th and 8 here from their own 27-yard line. Carterville sends Jonathan Miller deep. Line drive kick hits at about the 45-yard line, bounces over the head of Jonathan Miller. He has to retreat, picks it up at about the 25-yard line, takes it down the far sideline, tight ropes the sideline, and Carterville is going to have decent field position. So it was Hayden Harrell on the return for the Lions, and Carterville's in pretty good shape on this possession.
Really good. I mean, the ball took a hop past him. It wasn't anything to do to stop it. He goes back and he's got to make a decision. Do I just down the ball and end it, or do I pick it up and try to make something positive and take that risk? It was a very, very good risk worth taking.
So Carterville now moving left to right on the dial. This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. They are a proud supporter of Carterville Lions football. Herrin got the scoring started at the 6:25 mark. Carterville answers on their next drive, scoring with 29 seconds left. And it's Lions football here. Johnson takes the snap, gives it to Cozy out the far sideline, runs over the chain gang over on the far side. But near a first down, we'll see if they're going to give him the first down.
I really like what I saw there. Cozy's on the sideline. He has an opportunity to step out of bounds, but instead he lowers his shoulder and initiates contact for the tackle and ends up driving everybody across that first down marker. Great job by Amon Cozy.
So it did move the chains as they have it at the Herrin Tiger 48-yard line. It is Johnson, takes the snap, wings it out to Bishing in the slot. Bishing is wrapped up right there. He was trying to get around the block from Mason Watts, and Herrin Tigers were right there. That was good pursuit to take care of that.
Well, the most athletic thing that we've seen so far tonight was Andy Johnson goes to make that play, and his foot slips out from underneath him. He is falling down and is almost horizontal to the ground when he lets the ball go. Still throws a strike to Bishing.
So it turns out to be a gain of 1 for the Lions. It's 2nd down and 9. They have it at the near hash. Bishing is in motion. Johnson takes the handoff, and a whistle stops play. It's going to be a motion penalty on the Carterville Lions.
I didn't see who got the motion penalty. I know Bishing went in motion. I don't know if he started towards the line of scrimmage a little early or if Cozy might have flinched on this left side or on the right side of the backfield. I wasn't sure what happened on that one. Brings up a 2nd and long situation here for the Lions.
So 2nd down and 14 officially.
Andy Johnson still in at quarterback again. Looks like we're going to send Bishing again in motion.
And it is the give to Bishing across the 50 to the 45. So now Carterville is looking at a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, he had some space in the middle of the field, and it looked like he could cut it back towards us, towards the press box side, but he tried to leak out to the edge, got caught from behind. Still a really good game, picked up about 8 or 9 to get us to a 3rd and long.
So now, 3rd and 8. They have it at the 45. Johnson takes the snap from the shotgun, throws it across the middle, almost picked off, as the intended receiver, I believe, was Riley Crane, or Parker Poole rather, but coming across it was Jacoby Stubbs, that got a hand on it. Carterville's lucky it wasn't turned over there.
Yeah, he got hit. Andy Johnson got hit as soon as he let go of that ball. So he didn't have much of a choice but just throw it and pray.
So Jamie Jones drops back to do the punting. It is 4th down and 8 from the 45-yard line. And his kick gets it away. Hits at about the 15-yard line, and it's going to go out of bounds over on the far sideline at about the 9-yard line. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children. They offer cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome on South Division Street in Carterville. Herrin Tigers get it back, 9:58. We're tied 7-7 here in this second quarter. And the Tigers have it deep in their own territory as they start at their own 7-yard line. So here comes quarterback Talon Nemeth. Moving right to left. Ball from the far hash. On a beautiful night for football in Southern Illinois. And it's the carry, first man through, and it's going to be a short gain by Hubbard as he picks up about 2 on that carry. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 now for the Tigers.
Lions are still pushing Poole and Crane all the way up, pushing or who would typically play safety all the way up to the line of scrimmage to give them a little bit more help up there. And so far they've been in on just about every play.
Yeah. They have. So now 2nd and 8. Ball at the 9-yard line. 9:20 remaining till halftime. Coming up, we'll have our Bank of Herrin halftime report. We'll hear from Darren Kennard as Nemeth takes the snap, the quick pitch, and cutting back across the grain, across the 20 to the 25. One man to beat out there, and finally drug down at about the 44-yard line. Good thing there was one man there, but it was Chris Nelson that just blasted right up the middle, took it to the far sideline, and moved the chains.
You know, Carson Banks did a really good job there of keeping him in front, got to him, pulls him down. I feel like Carson Banks might have had to play the game last week when he runs
Travion Johnson down from behind.
Travion down and ends up not scoring. West Frankfort didn't score on that, which could have been a game-winning touchdown if they had gotten in there. So
absolutely.
He's done a really good job in pursuit. Kind of keep things bottled in back there.
That carry brings it all the way out to the 42 for the Tigers now. 8.5 remaining till halftime. They have it on the far hash. Nemeth from under center. Quick pitch to the outside on the carry. That's Lukens trying to get to the outside corner, and he's bottled up right there by the Lions defense. And no gain, going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Tigers.
It seems like Herrin's been short gain or loss, short gain or loss, gain of 15. Like they just continue to find ways to sneak the ball across the first down marker.
So here come the Tigers. Herrin starting off the season 0-3. They were right in that game with the Marion Wildcats till the Wildcats scored a couple of touchdowns late. On the carry, coming across the middle to about the 45-yard line, the gain of 3. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 now for the Tigers.
Evan Berry coming down from the end position, made a good play in the middle of the field, pull him down. Carterville needs to make one more stop here, and Herrin's probably going to have to hand him the ball back.
Checking back into the game, Chris Nelson comes from the sideline.
Yeah, he took himself off after that long run on the far sideline. He came over. I don't know if he needed a breather, if it's an equipment issue or what, but he looks healthy now.
So Talon Nemeth came to the sideline. Of course, we haven't even mentioned Herrin Tigers have a new head coach in Hunter Shockley. So the Tigers break huddle. They come to the line of scrimmage. Nemeth from shotgun this time. And a delay. It's going to be a delay of game on the Tigers. That's going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to bring up, instead of 3rd and 7, it's going to be a 3rd and 12 now. And they'll back them up 5 yards. They set the ball down at the 40-yard line. So can Carterville, great opportunity to get a stop here. Put the Tigers in punting situation. 6:58 on the clock. The ball rests at the 40-yard line.
empty backfield here.
So Nemeth rolls left, wants to throw, has some pressure. They got a hold of him. He gets away. Now it's wide open on the far side, across the 40, toward midfield. He's going to be short of midfield, and good job. Great pursuit out there by the Lions to keep Nemeth. It's going to keep it a third down and about 5, it looks like, but that was great pursuit out there.
Fourth down. Andy Johnson had to cover because of the empty backfield. He had to roll out and help in coverage. And then when Nemeth broke free, he left his coverage, came up and made a solo tackle that really saved the first down and more.
4th and 5 now from the 47-yard line. So looks like Herrin's going to go for it. The ball at the Tiger 47-yard line. Come on, defense. We need a stop. It's the quick pitch, trying to get to the outside. Good pursuit right there. Lions bottle him up and actually lose about 4 yards on the carry by Kyrie Slukins, and Carterville is going to get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
Flag during the play. Looks like a hold back on the interior part of the line. Lions decline that immediately, take over on downs at the Herrin 44-yard line.
Great pursuit as Lukens trying to get to the near corner. And 2 Carterville Lions right there to stack him up.
Johnson and Crane.
Great pursuit. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Polar Whip. Come taste the legend in energy. You know they have car hops now. Call 618-988-9210, and they'll have it waiting for you when you arrive. There's just 5:58 remaining till halftime. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. And the Lions have the football here on the near hash. Bishing is the quarterback this time, takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself, blast his way right up the middle, across the 45 to the 30 to the 20 before he's run out of bounds right there. And a big run for the quarterback for the Lions, Nick Bishing.
Fantastic block. Grant Gibbons takes his man all the way down the field. When Bishing makes that move in the secondary to get an extra 6 or 7 yards, it was Gibbons who had his man sealed and still working him backwards down the field. Great job right there by the offensive line.
Down to the 21-yard line. It's tie ball game, 7-7. Bishing at quarterback again. This time it's going to be Cozy. Looks for the cut, makes it up the middle. A flag comes in from behind. That's in the area of where a hold is. So that may back the Lions up. It is going to be holding on Carterville. So instead of 1st and 10, it'll be 1st and 15. So Cozy's looking good tonight, though.
He's ran very hard. He's had good vision, made some nice cuts already.
So they put the ball down at the 31-yard line.
So. You know, you're Amon Cozy. You had some snaps last year. Chance was playing well, took over most of the duties, and then Amon gets a chance tonight and has really made the most of it.
1st and 20 for the Lions. Bishing looks over to the far sideline. Coach Brent Dowell makes the play call. Now he comes set from the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls left, wants to throw, has his man out there. That's Parker Poole out about the 20-yard line. So get back to about the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 2nd down and about 9 now for the Lions.
Great job bringing Parker Poole across, getting him open out 10 yards deep, coming across the flat there. That was a really nice play and a good throw. Bishing got his feet set and looked comfortable throwing that ball.
So it's gain of 12 on that. It's 2nd and 8 from the 19-yard line from the far hash now. Moving left to right. Bishing clamps the hands. It's going to keep it himself. Off left tackle. Gets it down inside the 10 and a touchdown for the Carterville Lions. It's going to be a 19-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Nick Bishing.
This is exactly what you want when you've got Nick Bishing as your quarterback. He goes out, he throws a short pass, he makes the play, and then when he gets an opportunity to run and he gets it out in the open a little bit, he's really hard to bring down. So a great job. You got to see exactly the full package of what Nick Bishing can do.
4:39 remaining here till halftime. Carterville's just regained the lead 13-7. And now it's going to be Keith Layson on for the extra point.
Another left-footed Carterville Herrin soccer player.
Imagine that.
Teammates.
Snap. Kick is good. And the Lions lead it 14-0 after the extra point from Keith Layson. Lions lead at 14-7 here on News Radio WJPF.
Want to know one of the best ways to show
Okay,
your
we're back
Saluki
on
pride?
live, but we still have that hollow sound. I've been mostly on the stream audio because it sounds good. So if you can wiggle whatever you need to wiggle to try to get that back to a good sound. But we are on the live feed now.
Okay. All right, good. Hopefully that's good.
It's hollow, but it's passable, but I'd like it better.
Pantera is a proud supporter of
Okay.
regional athletics. Member FDIC.
We'll try.
Central Hospital for Animals in Marion, Herrin, Carbondale, and Harrisburg has been
I don't
taking
know
care
what
of your
happened
furry
there,
family members for over 40
Well, we
years.
lost Clean
they
Feed
do wellness
altogether. We
visits and
spent a
routine
number of minutes
vaccinations,
on
but you might not
the
know about
stream audio.
everything they offer, like orthopedic surgery for
All right.
pets with hip or knee injuries and laser therapy to reduce
If we can't deal
inflammation,
with it now,
pain,
we'll
or
try to
promote
deal with
wound
it at
healing.
halftime.
Noticing that your pet stopped jumping? Maybe they've just slowed down in general. Central Hospital for Animals offers chiropractic services too. Online at centralvet.net.
19-yard touchdown run by Nick Bishing gives the Lions the 14-7 lead. And we have 4:39 remaining till halftime. And the Lions kick it away. On the ground, picked up at about the 25-yard line, brought out to about the 35-yard line. And that's where the Tigers are going to start right there. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infant to school-age children as well as pre-kindergarten and Head Start. It's the best care anywhere. That's at Malone's Early Learning Center. So the Tigers get it back here. 4:35 in the second quarter. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 35.
This is where you don't want your defense to show any fatigue. They've got to be up. They've got to be excited right now. You can get a stop, even a stop and a score, but a stop most importantly, and you're taking a lead into halftime. This is where you got to step it up.
Absolutely. The Lions should be excited. That was a great drive. So they have it. Tigers do. As it is Nemeth, throws it out to the far side. His man had his knees down on the ground. So it's thrown right to the line of scrimmage. And that's where it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Herrin split a couple of guys out, only had one running back in the backfield, and then Carterville switches and moves Poole and Crane back out to the safeties again. So it seems like a pretty simple check for them. They see a full backfield. Those two are going up and going to assist with the run. When they see the backfield open up, they're going to go back and play their safety position.
Dallin Nemeth came to the near side to get the play. Now he's back at the huddle. He's going to work from the shotgun. He's under center, work from the shotgun. This time the shotgun snap, the swing pass near side. It's caught right there by Kyrie Slukins, and he was popped right about the 39-yard line. That was a good tackle.
Little screen, he just turned and ran. He's the outside man. He turns and becomes the inside man. They hit him about the line of scrimmage. Riley Crane was playing on the inside of that, anticipating, came up and stuck him.
3rd and 6 now from the 39. A gain of 4 on that little pass. So we're getting close to halftime, about 3.5 minutes until the half. Here from the near hash, it is 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. And it's the give out to about the 40-yard line. And that was Hubbard on the carry for the Tigers.
Hit almost immediately by Luke Barnhart and brought down.
Right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain.
It's a quick 3 downs. Looks like we may get a 3 and out. If they punt it here, Carterville's going to have a chance to score.
That would be awesome. Coming onto the field is going to be Will Nix for the Herrin Tigers.
Johnny Miller back to receive the punt.
So Nix backs up to about his 28-yard line. Miller standing at his 28. The kick, good kick, right to Miller. He takes it at the 25-yard line. Brings it right up the middle of the field, cuts it back to the near side, trying to get to the outside, and dives forward to about the 44-yard line. So decent return from Jonathan Miller for the Carterville Lions.
Finally got to see him run
Yeah.
hard. He's been bottled up quite a bit whenever he's been getting the balls in the kickoff. He hasn't quite got to the open spot, but right there he turned on the jets, got us a 20-yard return. put us almost to midfield. And 2:39 is plenty of time to get down and score some points.
Lions broadcast brought to you by Campbell Brothers Garage and Towing since 1975. Full-service garage and towing. If you need a tow, get locked out of your car, call Campbell Brothers at 618-942-4875. First and 10 for the Lions from their own 44-yard line. Johnson, the quarterback, rolls to his left, throws it left, has his man. That is Bishing. First down and more as he cuts it back toward the numbers and keeps fighting his way into Herrin territory down to about the 39-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 40 officially, but a big first down. I love seeing Nick Bishing in the slot again.
Yeah, and I like seeing Andy Johnson whenever he gets his feet set to throw. He threw a bullet.
Yes, he did. So they have it at the Herrin 40. So a gain of about 20. Blast up the middle and brought down at the 39 on the carry. Cozy on the carry.
Yeah, there wasn't much there for him to do on that play. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage. No go on that. We're going to pick up about a half a yard and try it again.
So it's second down and 9 from the 39.
I don't think either team has taken a timeout, so the clock isn't really that big of a factor now.
Minute 45 remaining till halftime. Coming up, our Bank of Herrin halftime report. It's a give to Cozy once again right up the gut to about the 35-yard line. It's going to mark him officially at the 36. So third down now for the Carterville Lions as the clock continues to roll under 90 seconds.
Johnson checking back in, presumably at quarterback.
So Carterville would like to hang some points on the board, and Carterville's going to get the ball to start the second half. So be nice to score here going in at halftime. They lead at 14-7. Here comes Bishing in motion. Johnson rolls to his right, throws it deep down the right side, has a man there. Bishing over his head, overshoots him. Nobody around Nick Bishing. And no, Nick Johnson would like to have, or Andy Johnson would love to have that pass back.
I'll tell you what he'd also like to have back. If he would have seen Mason Watts break free, he had about 3 steps on his man and was down the middle of the field. He could have thrown the ball as high as he wanted, and Mason would have ran underneath it.
So now Carterville's looking at 4th and 6, and we have a timeout now on the field. There's 1:06 remaining. We will take a timeout as well. Lions lead at 14-7 here on News Radio WJPF.
Montgomery's Place in Carterville is your
Try to
place.
wiggle,
For
try to
taking a
wiggle,
lunch
try to
break,
wiggle.
A craft dinner experience with a relaxing atmosphere or a Saturday brunch spot. It's Montgomery's Place. Their menu offers full breakfast.
Any
options
better?
and high
Any better?
quality
Any
espresso
better?
drinks.
No.
Ask about their weekly dinner specials.
Hello, 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 hello.
wiggling.
Bar and signature cocktails makes
Hello,
Montgomery's
hello.
the
60.
perfect
Hello,
place for your next
60.
private party or event. Proud to be a longtime
Keep
Carterville
wiggling.
Lions booster.
Check 1,
Montgomery's
2.
Place on South
Check
Division
1,
Street.
2.
It's fall. It's getting cold. Your heating system just
Hopefully
quit.
that-
Still the
Last
same.
week your car needed
Hopefully that
repairs.
gets it.
Life
Still the
doesn't always
same.
go as planned. At Charlie's
I don't know
Heating
what
and
I can do
Air
about
Conditioning
it.
in Carterville, they
I don't know what it
understand.
is
That's why
either.
Charlie won't
If
sell you
we
something
can't
you don't
fix
need.
it, I'll
They
we'll go
diagnose
on
the
street.
problem
The
and
stream
tell you
audio
exactly
sounds
what's
great,
needed. No
but
gimmicks,
you guys
whether
sound
a
like
fix or a
really
whole new
hollow,
unit.
like the
At your
ambient
local
sound
York
is
dealer,
louder.
you can
Hang on. Dadgummit. So, pass is complete.
First down.
Moves the chain, so Carterville's going to keep the drive going. 1st and 10.
I like that move there. Even if you don't get it, Herrin's been starting from their own 30-35 all day. What's the point of moving them back to the 5-yard line? Go ahead and take a shot at it, and you might get a chance to score here before the half is up.
1st and 10 from the 30 as Johnson throws it left side. Parker Poole has it now. He tries to get to the sideline, down the far sideline before running out of bounds, so it stops the clock with should be 37 seconds on the clock. T Ford on the clock tonight.
For the team to be successful offensively, you've got to do your job. And right there was a perfect example of blocking downfield by your other receivers, holding your man in position so that Poole can get those extra few steps.
The clock is at 35 seconds, so Carterville should have been stopped at 37, but they have it 1st and 10 now at the 22-yard line. as they bring Riley Crane in motion. Johnson throws it across the middle, has his man, that's Bishing. Touchdown to Nick Bishing from Andy Johnson, a 22-yard touchdown pass. The Lions lead it 20-7.
Carterville might be on to something here. Coach Dial might be having this little quarterback sharing position and run when you need to with Bishing, and you can throw it to him when you need to. You're getting the ball in his hands in more dangerous ways than what we were 2 weeks ago.
Boy, that was a pretty pass right there. There was nobody around Bishing. So now it's going to be Layson in for the extra point. Low snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Carterville leads it 21-7 here with 29 seconds remaining here in the second quarter here on News Radio WJPF.
In downtown Carterville is one of Southern Illinois' best
We're
fitness
back on
facilities, offering something
on
for
the
the whole family.
feed. I don't know what the
Members
hell's
enjoy
going on with that. I'm sorry.
access with 9
Okay, your live feed is back. Let me hear a little test quick.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test 1, 2.
Check 1,
It's
2,
still
3, 4, 5.
crappy, but I'll make it work.
Looking
We'll
for
pass
a great
it.
variety of cardio equipment? Look no further than Rise Performance. They even have a separate room for free weights. Rise Performance on Division Street, Carterville.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois.
Give me a test. Test me.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Check 1, 2, 3.
To the communities we
All right, I think it's a little better. We'll go with it. Again, but if it gets junky, I'm going to go to the stream audio, which sounds awesome. But, of course, it's about 25 seconds delayed. Coming back in 5 seconds.
Equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
It was a 22-yard touchdown pass from Andy Johnson to Nick Bishing. Lions lead it now 21-7, 29 seconds showing on the clock. And the Tigers going to get the football back here as we head into halftime. Coming up, it's our Bank of Herrin halftime report. We'll hear from Darren Kennard. He'll give you a look around River Radio Sports Central tonight. And the kickoff is taken at the 25, bringing it to the near side. Out to about midfield on the good run by the Tigers. And on the return, I believe it was Luke Phillips for the Tigers.
He was brought down by
and a flag comes in
Hayden
late.
Harrell. And then as Harrell was getting up,
It's going to be on the Tigers on their bench, I do believe.
Yeah, as Harrell was getting up, he might have had both hands in his back as he pushed himself up. I don't know how malicious it was, but the Herrin coach was not happy.
That flag came in late.
And
I think it's going to be on the Tiger bench, actually.
I believe so. The Tiger bench was not happy. In fact,
yeah, I agree. No, I agree.
Coach Shockley did get right in Harrell's face as he was walking off. And so
that's
now
what?
he's expressing his displeasure. I'm not sure the officials saw
I don't believe
what
he did.
Shockley is upset about. I don't think they were ignoring it. I just don't think that they saw it, whether they would have agreed with him or not. But the conduct on the sideline for Herrin is what caused this penalty here.
Yeah, exactly. So the unsportsmanlike is going to back him up 15 yards. And so Herrin is going to have it here with 24 seconds showing on the clock.
This is enough to fire off a team like Herrin,
Yeah, absolutely.
who has the ability to run right over the top of your defense. You got to be careful here, because if they get mad and they start going fast, it could be difficult to stop them in this type of environment.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 38 instead out across midfield. Now it's the throw across the middle, hasn't it? Out to the 40, down the sideline, and that's exactly what Keenan Clark talked about. Chris Nelson on the pass. It's going to be a 62-yard touchdown pass from Talon Nemeth to Chris Nelson.
And it was Kyrese Lukens who made a great block downfield to open him up down the sideline. Carterville's defense got a little too soft and set behind him and let Nelson catch the ball in front And then once he caught it and he got the jets turning, there wasn't anybody that could touch him.
So one play, 62 yards for Chris Nelson from Talon Nemeth. And now, pending the extra point for the Herrin Tigers, the kick is up and it's good. And instead of it being 21-7, it is 21-14. Just an outstanding run after the catch by Chris Nelson. And the Tigers cut the lead to 7 here with 13 seconds left. We'll be back in 60 on News Radio WJPF.
Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home is a family-owned and
Keep
operated
wiggling,
full-service
because,
funeral home,
again, I'm hearing the people clapping in the booth way louder than you.
Individualized services to their client families. The funeral home you choose is not just
Okay,
the
we'll have to
business
deal
down
with
the
it
street, but the caring
Yeah, I know. I know what you're up against.
Family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kai
just him?
Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our
It's-
team, including Dr. Matheen Nexad and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
What a ball game. 21-14 with 13 seconds remaining till halftime. Coming up, it'll be our Bank of Herrin report. So Carterville's going to get the football right back here. And the line drive kick is going to go into the end zone for the touchback. And so the Lions will have 13 seconds with which to work. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 21-14. The Tigers took the first possession, marched it right down the field on 11 plays, a 28-yard run from Chris Nelson. Carterville answered right back, a 2-yard run from Andy Johnson, made it 7-7. Carterville went up 14-0 after the 19-yard run from Bishing, and then Carterville scored again, the 22-yard pass from Johnson to Bishing. That made it 21-7, and then on one play, Herrin cuts it back to 21-14, 62 yards from Nemeth to Nelson. So that Lions take a knee, and that's how we are going to end the first half of football. What a first half it is. Ben, I'm looking forward to the second half here tonight. It's our Bank of Herrin halftime report. We'll be back here on News Radio WJPF.
SIU Credit Union checking accounts
Okay,
got better. No,
we're going to go 3 minutes directly to the feature, and then out of that, whatever we need to get this fixed. So go and do whatever wiggling you need to do. I will monitor and let you know when it sounds good.
Gift card fees when you sign up for e-statement. Plus, access over 85,000 free ATMs nationwide.
Test 1 2. Test.
Check 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
There it is. Whatever that was it.
Okay, good.
They did a special
Okay,
wiggle up
so
here.
now we will come back after the 90, and then we'll go 90 feature 90, and then whatever else you need.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for fixing that.
All of tonight's scores and join in the discussion on Friday Night Live. River Radio Sports Central, powered by Clark Concrete and IBEW Local 702. I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live, presented by Charlie's AC and Heating.
The Bank of Herrin has been serving Southern Illinois since 1937, offering everything from checking and savings accounts to loans and a full-service trust department. With convenient locations and a dedicated professional staff, our outreach and involvement in the communities we serve plays an integral role in how we do business, proving it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. The Bank of Herrin. Find out more at bankofherrin.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
21-14 is our score here at Herrin High School. Dave McKenzie, Keenan Clark with you. It's our Bank of Herrin halftime report. And Keenan, what a first half of football that was.
Yeah, I mean, 21-14. Both teams offensive. We've seen a little bit of explosive plays, and we've seen both teams grind out longer drives. So second half should be exciting. Once they get back in there and they make some adjustments, I think we're going to see a good football game here in the end.
Tigers got the football. They took the opening kickoff and went 11 plays, 28-yard touchdown run from Chris Nelson. Extra point was good. That came at the 6:25 mark, and the Tigers led it 7-0. Carterville went on a 13-play drive, and it was Andy Johnson, a 2-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, tied it up 7-7. We went to the second quarter, tied 7-7. After a punt and a turnover on downs, Carterville gets the ball back. A 19-yard touchdown run from Nick Bishing. The extra point good. That came at the 4:39 mark. Lions were up 14-7. And then Carterville forced Herrin to punt the ball away, and they wind up scoring on the next possession, a 22-yard pass from Andy Johnson to Nick Bishing with 29 seconds left, 21-7. Had the big unsportsmanlike penalty on the Herrin bench on the kickoff, and then on the next play, a 62-yard touchdown pass from Nemeth to Nelson, and that made it 21-14.
Yeah, really nice pass, and that's what Carterville defense, Coach Gerald's, Coach Wakey are really trying to avoid, is that big play. Coach Dial mentioned it in the pregame show. We need this to be a football game. We don't need it to be a track meet. That probably would not favor us, although our athletes have done a really good job when they've had a little bit of room to work.
Yes, they have. So that's where we stand. It is 21-14. We're going to go on and take another break here on our Bank of Herrin halftime report. And you're going to hear from Darren Kennard with our River Radio Sports Central halftime report next on News Radio WJPF.
Montgomery's Place in Carterville is your place for taking a quick lunch break, a craft dinner experience with a relaxing atmosphere.
I'm also going to throw an extra 30 in here to stretch this out on each end, just so we don't have, we'll need that extra break, I'm sure, but this way a little less to fill.
Perfect place for your next private party or event. Proud to be a longtime Carterville Lions booster. Montgomery's Place on South Division Street.
Central Hospital for Animals in Marion, Herrin, Carbondale, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Sure, they do wellness visits and routine vaccinations, but you might not know about everything they offer, like orthopedic surgery for pets with hip or knee injuries, and laser therapy to reduce inflammation, pain, or promote wound healing. Noticing that your pet stopped jumping? Maybe they've just slowed down in general. Central Hospital for Animals offers chiropractic services too. Online at centralvet.net.
You're listening to Carterville Lions football on News Radio 1340, WJPF Herrin, W258DP Herrin, 99.5 FM.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702 represents more than just electricians. The IBEW is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
With your River Radio Sports Central halftime report, I'm Darren Kennard. Due to Vienna Goreville being unable to field a varsity football team 3 of the past 4 seasons, the Black Diamond Conference is making a change. At the conference meeting Wednesday, the league schools voted to remove VG from football and extend an invitation to Red Hill as the replacement. Red Hill is a 1A school located in Bridgeport that has an enrollment of 252. The Salukis are competing in their 3rd season as an independent after leaving the Little Illini Conference, their home for the previous 20 years. Prior to that, Red Hill was a member of the North Egypt Conference with current Diamond members Carmi-White County, Fairfield, and Flora. Red Hill was also a conference mate of Edwards County in the LIC before the Lions left for the Diamond. Red Hill is expected to make a decision about the invitation at its school board meeting Monday night. Coincidentally, CZR will face Red Hill tomorrow morning at 11 as the Bearcats picked up the Salukis rather than take a forfeit from VG. As for Vienna Goreville, both schools will remain in the conference for all other sports. In a statement about the move, Vienna Athletic Director David Hill said the Eagles have good freshman numbers for football and plan to play another year of underclass with the goal of being back to the varsity level in 2026. If that happens, VG would compete as an independent and be responsible for setting up all 9 games. On the golf course, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better individual week than the one put in by Anna Jonesboro junior Aiden McFadden. McFadden has earned medalist honors at 3 meets this week, including the Marion Invitational, where he shot a 4 under 67 and won a playoff against Benton's Cash Cantrell. Congratulations to another area golfer.
Hey, everybody watching
Marion
online.
senior Grace
Couple of
Roper,
things.
Our latest orthopedic center of Southern Illinois and Mount Vernon, primetime performer.
The issue
of the
that you
new
hear
season. You can vote for our
us
next
talking
winner
about
now.
with the audio,
Go to
it's not the audio coming to the stream that
There
you're
you can
watching.
read about this
It's the
week's
audio
club
that's going back to the
nominees
station.
and vote. Voting will end at
I have 2
midnight
separate
tomorrow night.
setups for that. Number
Be sure to
2,
like and follow River
I
Radio
know that
Sports
you're seeing a
Central on
glare.
Facebook and Twitter
We are
/
shooting
X.
through a window, a
Join
big
us
window
live
here
on
in the press
Facebook
box.
after the games tonight
There's just
for
not really
Friday
anything
Night
I can
Live,
do that. I
powered
can
by
keep it
Charlie's AC
as
and
tight to the
Heating.
window as I can, and
All the
that's just
sports
one of
from
the
throughout the region
things
and
we have to
talk
deal
about
with. But
tonight's
anyway, just
games.
wanted to let you know
That'll hopefully be around 10
that's
o'clock
the issue that
on
we're
the River
dealing
Radio Sports
with.
Central
The
Facebook
audio
page.
is with the signal going back to the radio station broadcast. Hopefully we've got that fixed now. So
High school football means Friday Night Live
Go ahead.
is here. I'm Darren
David
Smith,
could always
and
turn
you
the
can
lights
join
off
me
in there.
live on Facebook after tonight's game for River Radio Sports Central.
Broadcast in the dark.
See a good. If you were to back up that camera, you would see mine and your reflections in that screen. It looked like we were hovering over the game.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. You got the whole crew here behind us. And
Big Dave McKenzie hologram
Yep.
floating over the field. I think everybody would like to see that.
But everybody that's watching, we appreciate it. And should be a pretty good ball game here in the second half. We'll see. Just wanted to let you know what was going on.
The funeral home you choose
Again, we're
is
going
not
2
just
minutes
the
here.
business down the street, but the caring staff that counsels you in one of the most difficult times in your life. From the time of the first phone call, your family is their #1 priority. When you need them, Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home in Carterville is there. SIU
You're
Credit
back
Union
after
now
Rise.
offers interest with their free checking with e-statements accounts. Sign up for free checking and start earning a dividend on balances over $1,000. Open with just $25 and there's no monthly fees.
If you
when
want, we can
sign
do
up
a
for
2
e-statements. Get
at the
access
next
to
one if
over
you need to.
85,000 free ATMs nationwide and free online banking and valuable SIU CU rewards. To start earning, apply online at siucu.org. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
Rise Performance in downtown Carterville is one of Southern Illinois' best fitness facilities, offering something for the whole family. Members enjoy 24/7 access with 9,000 square feet of equipment. They offer group classes, women's only classes, youth strength and conditioning, personal training, sports medicine, and massage therapy. Looking for a great variety of cardio equipment? Look no further than Rise Performance. They even have a separate room for free weights. Rise Performance on Division Street, Carterville.
21-14 is our score here at halftime. It's Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you. Let's look at some scores from around Southern Illinois. Looking at river-to-river Mississippi Division play. Benton and DuQuoin are tied at 7. That game being held in DuQuoin. That's a halftime score. West Frankfort all over Pinckneyville tonight, 34-7. And at Jonesboro and Nashville, no score being reported in that game as of yet. Harrisburg all over Marquette at the half. It's 41-0. Murfreesboro shutting out Massac County 49-0. Looking at South 7 games, Mount Vernon leads Collinsville 28-15. Centralia over Granite City 28-6. Carbondale and Cahokia are tied at 6. That's a first quarter score, though, so that may be behind. Black Diamond Conference game tonight. Big one at Cesar. They lead Carmi White County 13-0. That's a halftime score. El Dorado leads Flora 22-8. Johnston City leads Fairfield 22-20. That's a halftime score. And El Dorado, Let's see here. I've already done that one. All right, we've got those taken care of. Now let's look at Cahokia Conference games. Roxana over Columbia 14-0. Red Bud leads Carlisle at the half 19-8. Mater Dei beating up on Madison 44-6. Central leads Freeburg 14-0. Chester over Sparta. Chester this week, of course, they are ranked number 9 in Class 2A, and they are beating up on Sparta right now 13-0. And that is it for the Cahokia Conference games that we have. Don't forget tomorrow, SIU is at home. War of the Wheel. SEMO comes to town. 6 o'clock. How about SIU knocking off Incarnate Word last Saturday? That was a big win for a Dogs.
Yeah, didn't you say that was the first time 2 top 15 non-conference teams had met in Carbondale?
Yeah, in a regular season game, an outstanding game. Bad thing about it, Salukis lost their starting quarterback, DJ Williams. He broke his hand, and he's going to be out for a few weeks. But there's going to be a new quarterback, and it is going to be Marion High School graduate Brown. Hunter Simmons, who is going to take over the quarterbacking job for the Salukis.
That's exciting. Anytime you have somebody from the area that gets to play at SIU and has the opportunity to contribute at that level, you know that's going to bring a lot of excitement to the crowd. It's going to bring a few more people in. That should be fun to watch.
Yeah, don't forget, full day of sports tomorrow, of course. 8 o'clock in the morning, you can hear Murph and Hudson with Sports Voice on News Radio WJPF and on 103.5 ESPN. And then tomorrow afternoon, we've got our Sports Voice on location live from the Saluki Plaza there, right between Banterra Center and Saluki Stadium. Our broadcast, the 2-hour broadcast, starts at 3 o'clock. It'll run from 3 until 5. And then at 5 o'clock, pregame coverage with Luke Martin and Mike Trude and Coach Poor will start at 5 o'clock on 101.5 CILFM. 21 to 14 is our score here at Herrin High School. That's Keenan Clark. I'm Dave McKenzie. We're going to go on and take another break here on our Bank of Herrin halftime report on News Radio WJPF.
The Southern Illinois celebration of National Hunting and Fishing Days returns to the campus of John A. Logan College in Carterville September 28th and 29th. John A. Logan College and title sponsor Oasis Outdoors are excited to bring you the popular events like the McDonald's Kids Free Fishing Hole, 3D Archery, Super Retriever Series, hunting and fishing seminars, and dozens of vendors. Join us September 28th and 29th on the John A. Logan College campus for this Southern Illinois tradition. Visit SIHFD.org for more information.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
It's fall. It's getting colder, and your heating system just quit.
Again, we're going
Last
2
week,
minutes
your
here.
car needed repairs. Life doesn't always go as planned. At Charlie's Heating and Air Conditioning in Carterville, they understand. That's why Charlie won't sell you something you don't need. They diagnose the problem and tell you exactly what's needed. No gimmicks, whether a fix or a whole new unit. And as your local York dealer, you can trust Charlie's for top quality York products. Call or visit charliesairandheat.com. Your local York dealer, committed to keeping you warm this fall.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that.
Coming
I'm
back.
Dr. Kai Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Matheen Nexad and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
21 to 14 is our score here from Herrin High School. Dave McKenzie and Keenan Clark with you as both teams are out going through their mandatory 3-minute stretch period. But I tell you what, man, Carterville went up 21 to 7, and then That was that big touchdown pass for the Tigers to cut it 21-14, the 62-yard pass from Nemeth to Nelson. But I guess the great thing coming out of the bat is the fact that Carterville is going to get the football to start play here in the second half.
Yeah, I'm not stressing right now about the big play that Herrin had. When you play Herrin and they've got these athletes, they do this every year. Like every year,
Yes.
they've got a few kids, they bust plays out. You just have to weather that storm and force them to put together drives, make them run play after play after play, because we've seen so far they've had a lot of penalties. They've really worked against themselves. And then offensively, Carterville's offense has looked fantastic so far. I really like Andy Johnson and Nick Bishing sharing the duties there. You don't know what you're going to see. I mean, if you're a defensive coordinator right now, you go into halftime, you've got 10 things to talk about. And they're, Bishing has thrown the ball well with the time that he's had to throw it. He's ran it well. Cozy's ran it well. They haven't even seen Chance Myers yet. And then you've got Andy Johnson, who's thrown the ball and has blended it out there to, I think, 2 or 3 different receivers already.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And, I popped down there at halftime to talk to Murph and Hudson for just a second. They do the radio call for Herrin over on 103.5 ESPN. They said, we haven't thrown the ball all year. The passes that we've seen today, this is something that we haven't seen out of the Herrin Tigers this year. That we said it during the pregame show. Herrin has been just a run-focused team. They've thrown a couple of times a game, but man, I mean, that was just a heck of a pass play, and what a block he got to get sprung here on the near side down the sideline for Nelson. But,
and here's the thing. If you're Herrin and you're 0-3 and you haven't thrown the ball all year, then what do you have to lose?
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not air it out, look for something, try to find yourself in maybe the passing game, even though that may be, out of your comfort zone right now, but losing's always out of the comfort zone. So if you want to win, you sometimes have to try something a little bit different. And right now it looks like they're starting to find their way a little bit.
Absolutely. Both teams are on the sideline getting their final instruction from their coaches. Just a reminder, Mayor Brad Robinson and the city of Carterville, they want to remind you about the upcoming road closure that's going to take place in downtown Carterville next Friday night. It's the Downtown Car Show, and it's going to be Division Street is going to be closed between Grand Avenue North to Virginia Street. That's next Friday from 4 until 9 p.m. You can go online and find more information about the Carterville Downtown Car Show. Just go to the city's Facebook page, or you can go to their website, visitcarterville.com. Mayor and the entire city says, let's go Lions. So Carterville, as we mentioned, going to get the football back to start play here in the second half. Carterville sends 2 deep. The Tigers have it teed up at their 40-yard line. Kick back and relax. This may be a dandy ball game. 21-14 is our score here to start play in the third quarter. Ball is teed up at the 40-yard line. The officials are ready. And the Carterville Lions are ready to go. And the kick is a line drive kick. It's going to be one hop, picked up at about the 5-yard line, bringing it out across the 20 to the near 27-yard line. On the return, Hayden Harrell for the Carterville Lions. So 1st and 10 for Carterville here to start playing the third.
That ball came in hot.
Yes, it did.
It took a hop on him. I think he probably would have let it go if he could have gotten out of the way of it, because it was certainly headed to the end zone. And it popped right up into his chest. He grabbed it and didn't hesitate. Nice return all the way out past the 30-yard line, almost to the 30-yard line. Carterville's going to have some long field to work with, but the way the offense has been clicking, felt like we got a chance.
So they set it down at the 28-yard line. That's where the Lions take over. They have trip receivers here to the near side. And Herrin trying to get a man off in time, and they do. So the handoff to Amon Cozy. Cozy follows his tackle, gets a first down and more down the far sideline before he gets brought down at about the 44-yard line. Man, Cozy's just been doing great running, getting out behind his blockers and letting them open it up.
He follows his blocks really well, and there was nobody more pumped after that play than Ethan Hendricks.
Yep.
He pulled out and had his man locked onto him, pushed him all the way down the sideline. That was a great block by your offensive line.
To the 39, 1st and 10. Now it's going to be Bishing that keeps it to himself. He cuts it down the far sideline toward out of bounds before he's pushed out there. Out close to a first down. We'll see if they're going to give it to him. They're going to mark him short. It's going to be about a yard short. So looks like it's going to be a gain of 9. Bringing up 2nd down and 1.
Really good job of making something happen there by Bishing.
from the 48 for the Lions.
Quickly back at the line of scrimmage. Here we go again.
Bishing hands it to Cozy. Cozy has another first down and got popped right there on the far sideline, but moved those chains once again. Amon Cozy has been outstanding.
Cozy has been outstanding. He's running hard, and look who's coming in the game now. It looks like number 40, who should be fresh and ready to go.
Chance Myers, who is the leading runner for the Lions this season, and he likes picking up chunk yards just like Amon Cozy does. So now Bishing from the shotgun has Myers on his right hip. Claps his hands, takes the snap. It's Myers right up the gut. Busted across the 30 to about the 25. That's what we're talking about. He loves chunk yardage as much as anybody. And another big blast for the Lions moves the chains for a first down.
We talked about doing your job. Just take care of yourself. Do what you're supposed to do. We had some great blocks downfield by the linemen, great blocks downfield by our receivers. Amon Cozy, we need you to come out in the first half and take care of the job for us. Here, Chance steps up and says, it's my turn. I'll show you what I can do, and he does it as well. Carterville is doing a really good job of playing the roles and getting some yards here. It looks like we have a timeout.
10:35 showing on the clock. Timeout. Back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF.
At the Bank of Herrin, we know that between family and work, it can be a challenge to find the time to take care of things like going to the bank. And really, what you need is a way to do your banking on the go. Well, we've got good news. With the Bank of Herrin mobile banking app, you can manage debit cards, find bank locations, monitor account activity, even make a deposit. Just a few of the ways our mobile banking app can save you a trip to the bank. We love for you to come and see us, but now you don't have to. The Bank of Herrin, it's not just a bank, it's mobile banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, represents more than just electricians. The IBEW is made up of Southern Illinois linemen, tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
Chance Myers gets the carry after the timeout, but it looks like a holding penalty going to be called on the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, that's going to come back. And I think it was a pretty obvious hold here in the backfield. Chance had a nice run. Let's not get lost on that, but it's all for naught.
Be 1st and 20 as they back the Lions up 10 yards. They put the ball down at the 30-yard line. But you talk about the energy of Chance Myers coming off the bench here in the second half.
And another shot in the arm. Here comes Andy Johnson. We're going to throw every play in the book at him now.
Johnson reverses, throws it right side. It's caught out by, Riley Crane, and he's popped down at about the 30-yard line, the 20-yard line, maybe about the 21 is where they're going to mark it.
He got the yardage back from the penalty. Just takes you almost to the original line of scrimmage.
Bringing up, it's 2nd and 9, so a gain of 11 as they have the ball at the 19.
I like the rollout there. The fake Chance to the left side. He rolls back out to the weak side, got Crane dragging across.
Johnson takes the high snap, gets it to his running back in Chance Myers. Myers just plows his way forward to about the 12-yard line. That's the thing about Chance Myers. He has the breakaway speed, but he has the power to run it up the middle, and he drags guys with him.
He's going to drag guys with him because the offensive line has been pounding this defensive line all night. They look tired. Their hands are on their hips. They're leaning over, and then you bring in a fresh Chance Myers who's lowering his shoulders. That's not easy.
3rd and 2 from the 12 for the Lions. Now it's Bishing under center. He's going to keep it himself, falls forward. That should be enough to move the chain. I love that tush push from the Carterville Lions.
Yeah,
Just keep it moving.
Yeah, Bryce Ryman, it sort of looks like he's pulling, but really what he's doing is he's coming in behind the quarterback and is falling on top of that pile.
So Carterville has it now. That puts it at the 10, so it's 1st and goal from the 10 for the Lions threatening here. They lead at 21-14. Clock ticks under 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It's the give to Myers. He tries to cut it to the outside. He's brought down about the 5-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and goal now from the 5 for Carterville.
Picked up a few yards on that play. Carterville is going to be content to grab 3 each of the next 2 plays and take their 7 points.
Officially, it's going to be a gain of 4, so the ball is at the 6. So it's 2nd and goal from the 6 for Brett Dial. Now it's Bishing rather. Scampers his way forward. Don't think he got to the goal line, but he may be down to about the 1 yard line and inside of the 1 actually. So now it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Clock just continues to roll. 8 minutes remaining.
Now they ran the sneak earlier with Johnson at back, and it looks like we now have Bishing. He's going to get under center here. Watch our offensive tackle on the left side, see if he pulls and gives a little push here.
They give it to the running back. Is that Myers? Didn't see who the carry was. Is that
Luke Johnson?
Luke Johnson on the carry. Picks up the 1 yard touchdown run for the Lions. How about that? Carterville leads it 27-14.
You know, as hard as Cozy has ran tonight, and we know that Chance Myers is a hard runner, I wouldn't want to get in front of Luke Johnson for anything.
No, I wouldn't either. 27-14. What a drive from the Lions. What an answer to come out from halftime and put these points on the board. Kick from Layson is good, and the Lions lead it 28-14 after the extra point from Keith Layson. And Herrin Tigers are going to get the ball back. Lions lead it 28-14 here on News Radio WJPF.
The Southern Illinois celebration of National Hunting and Fishing Days returns to the campus of John A. Logan College in Carterville September 28th and 29th. John A. Logan College and title sponsor Oasis Outdoors are excited to bring you the popular events like the McDonald's Kids Free Fishing Hole, 3D Archery, Super Retriever Series, hunting and fishing seminars, and dozens of vendors. Join us September 28th and 29th on the John A. Logan College campus for this Southern Illinois tradition. Visit sihfd.org for more information.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
28-14 as the ball is kicked away. Tigers are going to get it back, and
Jacoby Stubbs takes that ball with his left knee on the ground, and they ruled him down as soon as he caught it, so there was no opportunity for the return.
Good lucky break there for the Carterville Lions as the Tigers are getting the ball back. This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702, dedicated to providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all. Herrin has it. 7:44 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 1st and 10. The ball at their own 24-yard line. Here comes Talon Nemeth and the offense for the Herrin Tigers.
Looks like they're going double tight.
Yep.
Bone again, which is going to bring our two safeties up to play on the end.
Look at that. There's 22 players within about 10 yards of each other. Both teams can break it away on the outside. And it's going to be a long touchdown run on the carry by Kyrese Lukens. As a kick block on the outside, there was just one man to beat. They got a nice block. Lukens blasted 76 yards for the Herrin Tigers.
So their last two plays have both been 50-plus yard touchdowns.
Great. 76 by Lukens on one play, 7:31 mark of the third quarter. Wow. That breakaway speed is amazing. And a great block out on the far sideline.
He did. Carson Banks he got locked in too, and there was nothing he could do. He got rolled over, and that opened up. There was no one else because he's our guy who runs those down, and he wasn't available for that one.
Jose Mendez on for the extra point for the Tigers. Oh, bad snap, and Carterville covers it up as
Jamie
it
Jones.
was Jackson Hudson, the holder, that had to try to get away. And so the 2-point is no good, so that keeps it 28-20. There's a flag. So that's against the Tigers. So that's going to keep the score 28-20 with 7:31 remaining. Carterville's going to get the ball back here on News Radio WJPF.
Central Hospital for Animals in Marion, Herrin, Carbondale, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Sure, they do wellness visits and routine vaccinations, but you might not know about everything they offer, like orthopedic surgery for pets with hip or knee injuries, and laser therapy to reduce inflammation, pain, or promote wound healing. Noticing that your pet stopped jumping? Maybe they've just slowed down in general. Central Hospital for Animals offers chiropractic services too. Online at centralvet.net.
Montgomery's Place in Carterville is your place for taking a quick lunch break, a craft dinner experience with a relaxing atmosphere, or a Saturday brunch spot. It's Montgomery's Place. Their menu offers full breakfast options and hot and cold espresso drinks. Ask about their weekly dinner specials Thursday through Saturday. Their full bar and signature cocktails makes Montgomery's Place the perfect place for your next private party or event. Proud to be a longtime Carterville Lions booster. Montgomery's Place on South Division Street.
Kyrie Slukins, a 76-yard touchdown run for the Herrin Tigers at the 7:31 mark. Makes it 28-20 after the extra point was no good. The kickoff is going to be taken by Hayden Harrell as he brings it out across the 10 to about the 15-yard line, the 20, 25 to the 30. Has one man to beat on the far side. A flag way behind the play, and Harrell carries it out to about the 45-yard line, but the flag is laying at the 20, and that is going to be a block in the back on the Carterville Lions, and it's going to bring it back. Bummer.
What a great return. He's not really had a chance to do that yet, and he's made the most of it the last couple of times he's handled the ball. I was interested in what was going on over here on the sideline. The Herrin players, before the play was even over, started running out. They sent their defensive unit out, and the ref spent a good deal of time explaining to them that you can't do that. So I thought he was going to throw another flag over here on the sideline.
So they set the ball down at the 10-yard line. So it backs the Lions up. 1st and 10 for Carterville from their own 10. A good time-consuming drive would be nice right here by the Lions. As the swing pass comes out to Parker Poole, he gets out across the 15, breaks the tackle, gets across the 20 before he's brought down at the 26-yard line. And a nice job by Parker Poole on the reception.
The Herrin defense hadn't quite got in position yet, and no one was out on Poole, so they had a quick snap. They quickly got the ball snapped and sent it to him as fast as possible. I'm not sure if that was the designed play or if Andy just made a quick audible there at the line.
Ball's at the 26 for the Lions, 1st and 10. Riley Crane goes in motion to the right. Johnson pumps it across the middle, overshooting Nick Bishing, his intended receiver. If they would have connected, he could have ran for days.
We got another flag late after the play.
And it may be a sportsmanlike, maybe?
I think it's starting to get a little chippy out there.
There's a lot of chatting. So we'll see what the call is. It's got to be sportsmanlike. There wasn't any pass interference, I wouldn't think. Didn't look like Bishing got held up. The pass overshot him. The call is going to be against the too many men downfield.
Oh, it could have been.
Oh,
yeah.
No, it's against the defense. So
I don't know what it was.
Brings the ball out to the 40 for the Lions after the penalty. Not exactly sure what that call is.
I think the rest of the booth is a little confused by it as well.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 41, and the ball over the head of the quarterback and having to retreat, and the ball winds up covered up at the 25. Just inopportune mistakes for the Lions. That happens about once a game. One big one over the head of the quarterback.
Yeah, and you expect it the first couple of weeks, whenever, especially you switch and Jackson's getting used to that position a little bit. At this point in time, you're hoping you get that cleaned up. That needs to be straightened up by the time you get 3 or 4 weeks in here, and when you get closer to playoff times, we don't want to give up 15, 20-yard losses
Loss of 16. So now Andy Johnson at quarterback throws it to the right. Bishing has the catch and is out of bounds, out about the 30-yard line. So it's going to be third down now for Carterville.
I mean, really, you're going to take another shot here, I assume. Cozy's back in, though.
So it's third down now and 20 from the 31. What's your 3rd and 20 play, Coach Keenan?
I don't know what to do here. I'm assuming they're going to try to roll Bishing out and get him a one-on-one in the middle. Herrin does have a man deep over the middle of the field.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 near side. The throw across the middle, incomplete, intended for Nick Bishing.
He had a step. The throw was a little bit out in front of him.
So now Carterville forced to punt the ball away. And the way the Herrin Tigers have been scoring on big one-play touchdowns, you hate to give it back to him, but Carterville's put in a punt situation. Jamie Jones to do the kicking. Lukens is the deep back. Kick is away. Lukens takes it at the 35, has defenders right on him, spins away, and is popped right at the 45-yard line. And that's where the Herrin, we got a fight on the field, punches thrown, and no flags have come in yet. And that was Lukens that threw the punch.
I don't know how he didn't get a flag. He got tackled hard. Now, unless something was said, great job by Grant Gibbons on the tackle. And he gets punched for his effort.
There were punches thrown.
I mean, Herrin has had they've had some players ejected from games. It's not uncommon for them. Happened last year at Carterville.
As an injured player down, getting stretched out, cramped up. But I can't believe there's not a flag thrown. Everybody in the crowd saw what was going on except for the officials on the field. But that is what it is. It is
indeed
1st and 10.
We have Ethan Hendricks on the field, and their trainer's looking at him, and it seems to be consistent with what we would see with a cramp. So he's walking off under his own power now.
Brad Brush, the trainer, out to him. 5:45 showing on the clock.
You got to clean it up, move on. Again, when it gets really emotional like this, it ceases to be a football game.
Yeah. You have to play with emotion, but don't get emotional.
Correct.
That is the key here. So what will the Tigers do? They trail by 8. It's 28-20, 5:45 showing on the clock. Tigers have it at their own 45. It is quarterback Talon Nemeth. Brings his offense to the line. Everybody in tight for the Tigers. Everybody within about 7 yards of each other. All 22 players they give to the running back, and he's popped right at the 46-yard line. On the carry for the Herrin Tigers is going to be Jayton Hobson. He carries it out to the 47-yard line, so a gain of 2, 2nd down and 7. Excuse me, 2nd and 8.
Nice job by the interior defensive line to keep things jammed in.
So the ball on the near hash, Herrin moving left to right. 28-20 is our score, 5:10 showing on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Nemeth under center, powerhouse backfield. Turns around, gives it to the 2nd man through. That is Lukens. Lukens is stacked up after a gain of about 2. So now it's going to be 3rd and about 5 for the Tigers.
Andy Johnson got him wrapped up on his feet, and again, the pursuit was good by the defense. Did not take them long to get him down that time. He still picked up a few yards, running hard.
Officially, it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Bringing in Jackson Smith. Partnered with Barnhart and Bouchard on the inside.
Everybody in tight once again for the Tigers. No receiver split out. 3 running backs behind the quarterback, Nemeth. Going to keep it himself, and he's brought down in the backfield. A loss on that, and not being fooled was Riley Crane. What a play defensively for the Lions.
Stayed with him. They're going to get a legal block below the knees. I'm going to assume that's going to be immediately declined. Going to bring up a 4th and very long situation for Herrin. Looks like Carterville's going to get the ball back.
Outstanding. But Riley Crane right there, he sniffed that out. And you got to give credit to Nemeth. He put that ball right on his hip, tried to get to the outside, but Riley wasn't having any of it.
It was a deceptive little play there.
So 4th and 13 now from the 42 for the Tigers. And they are setting up to punt. Carterville doesn't send anybody deep. Now they do as they drop back Herrin. Hayden drops back inside the 30. Snap. And the punt almost blocked. It hops to Herrin, and he backs away from it. It comes dead at the 28-yard line. That's where Carterville's going to take over here with 3:43 showing on the clock. This Lions broadcast brought to you by IBEW Local 702, proud supporter of Lions Sports. Dedicated to providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Also brought to you by Stephen Rich's Barber Styling for men, women, and children, offering cuts, styling, and perming. Walk-ins are welcome, and they're right there on South Division Street in Carterville. That's Stephen Rich's Barber Styling. So Carterville gets the ball back, 3:43 here in the third quarter. They lead it 28-20.
Heads-up play by Harold just to let that ball settle. Don't pick it up and try to do too much, get a turnover or something silly. Just get your offense back on the field. You got good position.
Nick Bishing, the quarterback, has Cozy as his running back, but Bish is going to keep it himself. Cuts it up across the 35 to the 40 to the 45, out toward midfield, and he just weaves his way in and out before being popped out of bounds, and a flag comes in over on the far sideline, and I would say probably 15 yards onto that run.
Yeah, it looked like he tackled him on the track. I mean,
yeah,
you can't really be upset about that one. It was Bishing made two guys absolutely swing and miss once he got past the line of scrimmage. Like they just whiffed.
So they are going to tack 15 yards on the unsportsmanlike, and that's going to put the ball down at about the 30-yard line. So they set it down at the 33-yard line after the penalty. So 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lions have two receivers here to the near side. Bish takes the snap, gives it to Cozy. Cozy is brought down at the 32-yard line. Short gain, maybe a gain of 1, maybe 2. Bringing up 2nd down now for Carterville.
Yeah, Cozy didn't get the read that he'd been getting earlier on. As soon as he took the ball, he was right in the back of one of his, I think it was Crane doing the blocking right there. He didn't have anywhere he could go, and he just kind of got stuffed.
2nd and 9 from the 32.
Chance Myers back in the game. He's going to give Cozy a break.
So Bishing with Myers as the running back. It's the give to Myers. Stutter steps around the defender and brought down at the 35, so it's going to be a loss of 2. Actually 3, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 with the ball at the 35. That's not what you need.
Be interesting to see if Bishing's going to be the quarterback again or if they're going to look to throw here.
Clock ticks under 2.5 minutes remaining in third.
You know, they have the option of keeping Bishing in quarterback and throwing. It's not like they haven't been able to, he hasn't connected on any passes yet. So if you leave him in there, Herrin's going to think, oh, it's going to be a run situation. May get a chance to sneak one in. I mean, they do have 9 guys in the box.
Yeah. But it's the give to Myers. Myers off right tackle. Has the first down and more down the far sideline before being run out of bounds. First down for the Carterville Lions.
I mean, he's a playmaker, and he just made a play. Really good read there. They saw something that they thought they could get, and he bounces it outside, and easy first down for Chance Myers.
2:02 with the clock stopped here. Lions the 8-point lead, trying to extend that. 1st and 10, ball rests at the 15-yard line for Carterville. And the official talking to Coach Brent Dial over on the far sideline. Play clock's still not working here in the second half. It's still on the back judge.
Carterville brought a sub in after they broke the huddle and was running to the line of scrimmage. I wonder if that's what the discussion was.
It may have been. Bishing now with Myers, the running back. Here's Riley Crane sliding down the line of scrimmage as Myers gets away, comes out of the out of the stack of people, and it's Chance Myers, a 15-yard touchdown run. Where did he come from? How did he get out of that pile up right there?
He got knocked around and did a little spin move, and when he turned around, he was facing the end zone, had a lane, and he just took it.
With minute 53 remaining here in the third quarter, Myers, a 15-yard touchdown run. I thought he was on the ground, and he comes running out of the pile, and Carterville leads it 34-20. So here is Carterville setting up for the extra point from Keith Layson.
I mean, I don't know what the penalty was here.
I don't either. We'll see. And haven't even seen him signal. So Layson is on for the extra point. 34-21. Layson, the left footer. His kick is good, and it's 35-20. Carterville leads it by 15 here with a minute 53 showing in the third quarter. We'll be back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF.
It's fall. It's getting colder, and your heating system just quit. Last week, your car needed repairs. Life doesn't always go as planned. At Charlie's Heating and Air Conditioning in Carterville, they understand. That's why Charlie won't sell you something you don't need. They diagnose the problem and tell you exactly what's needed. No gimmicks, whether a fix or a whole new unit. And as your local York dealer, you can trust Charlie's for top quality York products. Call or visit charliesairandheat.com. Your local York dealer, committed to keeping you warm this fall.
Rise Performance in downtown Carterville is one of Southern Illinois' best fitness facilities, offering something for the whole family. Members enjoy 24/7 access with 9,000 square feet of equipment. They offer group classes, women's only classes, youth strength and conditioning, personal training, sports medicine, and massage therapy. Looking for a great variety of cardio equipment? Look no further than Rise Performance. They even have a separate room for free weights. Rise Performance on Division Street, Carterville.
35-20 is our score. Apparently there was a flag on the Herrin Tigers bench. And so Carterville is, and that's being assessed here on the kickoff.
So Carterville's brought Keith Layson in to kick, thinking maybe he might have enough leg to put it into the end zone. So and he's got the wind to his back here. So they're hoping to get the touchback to avoid the return.
Layson approaches, kicks it away. And it's going to be taken at about the 8-yard line by Nelson. Nelson is stacked up right there. Good coverage by the Lions, and the flag comes in as Nelson, after getting tackled, pushes the man who brought him down.
I mean, how many times has he done this? Like
third time.
Helmet is off before he's off the field. Is he going to get to finish the game? He didn't finish the game last year against Carterville.
So officials are going to get together after the kickoff.
I mean, it was a clean play.
Yeah,
They did nothing wrong. They took him down. I mean, it was Malachi McGee, Johnny Miller, both doubled up, knocked him straight to the ground. He tried to put a move on. He wasn't successful with it. It was a
Chris Nelson takes his helmet off, and he comes right underneath the tent here. So it's going to be unsportsmanlike. That's going to back him up 15
Players
yards.
Ejected.
And the player, Chris Nelson, has just been ejected
which
as well.
means he doesn't get to play next week either.
Yep.
And I don't know what they did to him. He got tackled. I mean,
yep. And
just like last year, he got tackled and he was out.
He's leaving the field to the left. So with a minute 48, Carterville has the Tigers pinned back inside their 10. They set the ball down at the 6-yard line. That's where the Tigers take over.
You know, I was just about to mention Herrin's very much in this game, but they've got to get their sideline, their players under control. Right now they're a little emotional. They're excited, but they've got the athletes and the game plan to where they are definitely in a capable position to win, but they've got to get under control.
So it's 1st and 10 from their own 6. His quarterback, Talon Nemeth, comes to the line of scrimmage. Everybody in tight once again. If you remember back to their first drive, it's about where they started after a penalty, and they drove it right down the field. And it's the give right up the middle, And Carterville's defensive line just pushes them straight back. It's going to be a gain of about 2 for the Tigers, bringing up 2nd and 8.
I think the loss of Nelson is going to hurt Herrin as much defensively as anything.
I agree.
Because he's a one-on-one shutdown defender, and that's not going to be the situation now.
So it's going to be a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 as they have the ball at the 8-yard line. Officially 2nd and 7. Coming up, we're going to have our postgame show, the SIU Credit Union postgame show. About 13 minutes game time from now. 2nd and 7 from the Herrin 9. Nemeth turns around. Oh, he's going to keep it. His ball came loose, and man,
Safety.
luckily somebody fell on top of it, and whoever it is slow getting up.
He's marking
it's
him down
be
at
short,
the 1.
about the half-yard line. But what a break for the Tigers there. Carterville almost had the safety. So it's, what about the 6-inch mark? 3rd down and 15 from inside the 1. So Carterville's D can pin their ears back and go after him right here. See if they can get a safety. Nemeth from right under center, hands it to his tailback, stacked up right there at the line of scrimmage, and he falls forward. He's going to pick up a couple there. So getting out of the shadows of the goalpost a little bit. Brings it out near the 5-yard line, and they may officially mark it down at about the 3. Clock rolls with 9 seconds, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter of play. But what a 3rd quarter it's been. Carterville leads it 35-20 as we are heading to the 4th quarter. And Herrin is pinned deep, 35-20. Lions on top of the Herrin Tigers here on News Radio WJPF.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home is a family-owned and operated full-service funeral home serving Southern Illinois since 1930. They provide dignified, caring, and individualized services to their client families. The funeral home you choose is not just the business down the street, but the caring staff that counsels you in one of the most difficult times in your life. From the time of the first phone call, your family is their #1 priority. When you need them, Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home in Carterville is there.
35-20 is our score. Herrin Tigers have the ball as we start play here in the 4th quarter. It is 4th and 13 for the Tigers, and they have the ball at their own 3-yard line.
Bringing in their punter.
Game was 7-7 at the end of the first. It was 21-14 Lions at the half. 35-20 as we end play here in the 3rd, and the Tigers now are pinned back, and looks like they're going to be punting as their punter is, his back heel is standing on the end line. Lions send one deep. They get the kick away, and it's going to hit at the 30, and it's going to come out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Riley Crane had the return set up, but goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it officially at the 37-yard line. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Polar Whip. Come taste the legend, Polar Whip and Energy, a Southern Illinois tradition now offering car hops. Call 618-988-9210, and they'll have it waiting for you when you arrive.
Carterville really didn't set up a punt return there. I think they were just content to let the ball roll out. They just dropped Riley Crane back just as a safety. I'm not sure that he had any intentions of catching that ball and trying to run it back.
So the ball is at the 36 in Herrin territory. So a great opportunity here for the Lions.
Carterville can really give themselves some breathing room if they can come down. Even a field goal would be enough to.
Two receivers to the far side. Bishing's going to keep it himself, trying to get outside. Can he get a block? He kind of a half block as he picks up about 2 on that carry. It's going to bring up second down and about 8 for the Lions. Coming up post-game wise, it's going to be our SIU Credit Union post-game report. Coach Brett Dow will come up and join us, hopefully. So it's going to be officially a gain of 3. Bringing up second down and 7 from the 33 for Carterville.
So now we're putting Poole and Watts out here on the same side. Going to give them a little bit of space because it creates a little bit better matchups here. And here we go to Poole.
Lobs it up. Poole, the intended receiver, has it, turns around, runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Carterville Lions. It is going to be a 33-yard touchdown pass. Nick Bishing to Parker Poole.
And that's who Chris Nelson had been guarding all night long, but he's not available right now. The Lions saw that, immediately went right to it. Took advantage of the mismatch. I mean, Parker Poole against most ordinary or even good defensive backs, he's got a good shot to score.
33-yard touchdown pass, Bishing to Poole. And here comes Keith Layson for the extra point. 41 to 20, 42 to 20. After the extra point is good by Keith Layson. And Carterville, the 22-point lead.
Well, like we said, that ejection was going to hurt them more
defensively
than what it was offensively, although it does hurt both sides of the ball. Carterville just exploited the situation.
42 to 20 our score. We'll be back in 60 here on News Radio WJPF.
As a parent, you want the best care for your family, and at Shawnee Health, we provide just that. I'm Dr. Kai Fansuri from Shawnee Health's Carterville location. Our team, including Dr. Mathine Nexad and nurse practitioners Amanda Reynolds and Teresa Johnson, offer comprehensive care for every member of your family, from newborns to grandparents. Whether it's checkups, managing conditions, or sports physicals, our Carterville team is here to keep your family healthy. Call to schedule an appointment or visit ShawneeHealth.com. Go Lions!
SIU Credit Union checking accounts just got better. Not only can you earn interest with free checking accounts with e-statements on balances over $1,000, but now earn SIUC rewards with your debit card. With this brand new free program, you'll earn points on everyday debit card purchases to exchange for cash back, discounts at local retailers, gift cards, and more. Open with just $25 and no monthly fees when you sign up for e-statements. Plus, access over 85,000 free ATMs nationwide. Apply at SIUCU.org today. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
Kickoff for Herrin Tigers.
When the ball was kicked, Herrin was still trying to get in position with their kickoff return team. That's
what I thought.
Yeah, they were trying to fill in the empty void there, and Carterville didn't have any reason to wait for them, so they got the whistle. They went ahead and put the kick in. Ball bounced up to Jayden Hobson, and he did all he could do, but by the time he was in position, the ball got to him. Lions were already on him.
So now it's Tiger football. And coming into the game is going to be Ethan Stem. Coming out of the game, for Hobson, who hobbles his way to the sideline. And also, here comes Talon Nemeth after talking to Coach Hunter Shockley. Coach Shockley, his first year here as the Herrin High School football coach. Everybody in tight offensively. And that's going to be a delay of game against the Herrin Tigers. And that's going to back them up. So instead of 1st and 10 from the 19, it's going to be 1st and 20 from the 9.
Herrin right now, they're a little flustered, and you can tell that this is shaking them up a little bit.
1st and 15 from the 13. And coming out and picking up 1, maybe 2 yards.
Luke Barnhart and Andrew Johnson, nice job there filling in that gap. Luke, what he did right before that ball was snapped is he did what our defensive line coaches, they call hedging. So right before the ball snapped, they don't start in the position that they plan on being in. If he wants to be in a 2-eye position, he doesn't start there. He'll start on the outside, and then right before the ball snapped, he'll move in just to try to create some confusion. That worked. He didn't get touched. He comes through and takes him down as soon as the ball's handed off.
2nd and 5 from the 24. 15 from the 24. And another short gain of about 1. The clock rolls to about 10 minutes. So it's going to bring up 3rd down now for the Herrin Tigers. It's going to be 3rd down and about 13 from the 16.
Lukens comes over and gets his play. He's kind of taking his time getting back in there to run it or to offer up the play call.
Yeah, the clock just continues to roll.
Yeah, down 22. You would think they'd show a little more urgency. They can score.
Watch the back judge. They've used a big chunk of this play clock. And they get the snap off. They turn around and hand it off to the first man through, and Carterville's defensive line right there. Stacks them up. Little to no gain. It's going to be a little gain of about 1. So now it's going to be 4th and about 12 for the Tigers. So Jonathan Miller drops back for Carterville. Tigers are looking at 4th and 11 officially from the 18. Carterville going to be on the road next week, buddy. We got a 3.5-hour drive.
A long road.
St. Joe Ogden, east of Champaign. And a high kick, short kick. It's going to hit at about the 38, gets a Tiger bounce, and it's going to come dead at the 45. And Carterville's going to take over in Herrin territory. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here with 8:32 remaining. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville, offering programs for infant to school-age children, as well as pre-kindergarten and Head Start. The best care anywhere, that's at Malone's Early Learning Center in Carterville. Also brought to you by Campbell Brothers Garage and Towing, serving Southern Illinois for 50 years. Full-service garage with new computerized 4-wheel alignment machine. If you need a tow, they're the number to call, 618-942-4875. Coming up, we'll have our John A. Logan College coaches interview with Coach Brent Dow, hopefully. And we've got timeout on the field. We have an injured Tiger down. We'll take a break as well here on News Radio WJPF.
High school football means Friday Night Live is here. I'm Darren Kennard, and you can join me live on Facebook after tonight's game
30 or
for
60.
River Radio Sports Central's Friday Night Live, presented by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville. Catch all of tonight's scores and join in the discussion on Friday Night Live. River Radio Sports Central, powered by Clark Concrete and IBEW Local 702. I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live, presented by Charlie's AC and Heating.
You're listening to Carterville Lions football on News Radio 1340, WJPF Herrin, W258DP Herrin 99.5 FM.
At the Bank of Herrin, we know the recipe for success begins with the right ingredients. So we've taken services like mobile banking and teen debit accounts, added in helpful
Let me know when you want to
employees
beg.
and a full trust department.
After this.
And topped it off with a commitment of service to our communities. Put it all together, and it's clear why the Bank of Herrin is a leader in the communities we serve. Community strong, the Bank of Herrin, it's not just a bank, it's a relationship. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Talon Nemeth was the injured Herrin Tiger. He makes it to the sideline, so it's Carterville ball right in front of us. 1st and 10 from the Herrin 45. Break it away. Chance Myers down the far side. One man to beat. Stutter steps him, gets by him, and is finally pushed out of bounds over on the far sideline. Another big first down run for the Carterville Lions.
Great move and great exhibition of explosiveness there by him, but I really wish at the end of that play if he'd have just slid or cut back inside as opposed to going out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Yep.
Now it's just a matter of letting the clock roll. Don't lose the ball. Don't turn it over. It's not about scoring here. It's about winning the ball game.
And running clock. So it's 1st and 10, ball down at the 25-yard line. So a 20-yard gain from Chance Myers. Bish gives it to Amon Cozy, who tries. Oh, my gosh, and that is going to be flags coming in. And I'm not sure who the defender was. That was number 21, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, it's going to be unsportsmanlike. There's no doubt.
Ronan Burnett.
Coaches on the field again. More penalties. I mean, we're going to get
And
the ball down at
there's-
the 1 yard line.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
that
he
was-
left his feet helmet to helmet. That's no question on that one. I don't know what the Herrin fans are mad about.
Yeah, there's flags all over the place out there. Cozy was able to pop right up, and they've thrown the coach out of the game. I do believe the assistant coach for the Tigers.
It's important now. I mean, even we're getting emotional up here in the booth, but it's important now if you're Carterville, don't get caught up in this.
Yeah.
Don't get in this fighting back or trying to agitate him because, poke the bear and just laugh when he explodes. Like, you can't do that. Herrin's falling apart. You just let him fall apart.
Because truthfully,
you got to take care of yourselves. Don't get kicked out for next week. If you're Carterville, you have a game of pretty significant importance.
Yep, exactly. And truthfully, if you're a Lions player right now, all you got to do is turn around and say, look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's the only thing you should be talking about right now. I'd call a timeout, talk to our players, and get them to where they are not falling into this.
There's a lot to sort out here for the officials.
I don't think there's an official left with a flag in their pocket.
There's not. All the flags are on the turf. There were 4 flags out there.
Amon Cozy popped up like a champion, though, because he got absolutely decapitated out there on the field.
So here it is. It's going to be against the Herrin Tigers. It's going to be a personal foul. 2 personal fouls against the Tigers. I'm not so sure that the assistant coach didn't get thrown out as he went out onto the field to talk to the official, and that's going to back the Tigers all the way back.
Here's your unsportsmanlike against Herrin and the ejection.
And the ejection. So that's what's going on. So they set the ball down inside the 5. It's going to be at the 3-yard line. First and
I bet they give it to Cozy. What do you think?
it's going to be first and goal
This guy's
from
earned
the 3.
This guy's earned a touchdown.
Yeah, he has earned a touchdown. And the officials, the referee here this evening, Brent Garrison, talking to the Herrin sideline. The crew tonight, Brent Garrison, John Allen, Andy Gerlach, Dave Holder, and Jay Miller. They're having a conversation here on the near side.
Looks like Herrin is talking to another group of coaches, talking to another group of players. Looks like he's bringing in maybe some subs to finish this game out and get his guys off the field before they do something to get themselves in trouble. Carterville probably needs to consider the same thing.
So not exactly. We got a timeout on the field.
I think they're trying to find the assistant coach. They're bringing him back out here. I don't know if he's got to notify him somehow or if he's not been. Someone's been ejected.
Yeah.
But they're out to get the official coach now, the official ruling here with the coach.
Athletic director Stephanie Allen out on the field on the sideline as well. And so, the assistant has been tossed. So there's just a lot going on. So the clock right now with 8:14. We'll just continue to watch and see how this all shakes out. All I know is this: the ball is first and goal for the Lions, and they have it at the 3-yard line.
Just report the facts there, Dave.
That's
just
all
report
we
the
can do.
facts. That's all we can do.
Don't speculate.
Yeah.
Do you know there were 2 personal fouls?
I would like to see Amon get a chance to score a touchdown. He's earned it today.
2. Bishing now takes the snap. He gives it to Amon. Amon cuts it up. How about that? A flag comes in.
Going to get a holding penalty probably.
Yep, probably a hold, so we'll try again. Cozy, 3 yards, but the flag is thrown.
Good run by Cozy. Followed his blockers, made a nice cut back in, got the yards that he needed, but he's going to have to do it again.
Just like he's done all night long.
This benefits Carterville. It just keeps the ball in their hands a little bit longer.
Yep.
They're going to run at least another play or two, run some more time off the clock. I mean.
So it's going to be a hold, and that's a 10-yard penalty, and it backs the ball up to the 13. So it's first and goal from the 13 now. And you're exactly right.
If it takes Carterville 3 more plays to get in the end zone, or even if they don't, they've still knocked off a minute and a half, 2 minutes. They're going to run it all the way down to the play clock.
Mason Watts, the receiver here on the near side. Parker Poole in the slot over on the far side. It's still Cozy in the backfield. Bishing is the quarterback. They bring Poole in motion. It's the give to Cozy. Cozy gets right behind his line. Fights his way down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. He's done an outstanding job tonight.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him and the job that he's done. And when Chance Myers got a opportunity to step in, he played really well too.
Yeah.
Carterville put together a 1-2 combination with the running backs that was fantastic.
Second and goal from the 7. Clock shows 7.5 minutes remaining. So now, Bishing once again from the shotgun. Cozy remains the running back. 2 receivers to the left side. 5-4 on the play clock. Cozy cuts off a right tackle, cuts it back up inside, breaks away, touchdown, Amon Cozy. Carterville scores, excuse me, on the 7-yard touchdown run for the Carterville Lions.
Well, again, that makes me happy to see Amon do that. You know, he's been waiting his turn patiently for the entire season. He's done a really good job of stepping in when we needed him to do that. So happy to see it pay off for him after a great night football from Amon.
Absolutely. 48-20 is our score as Layson, Keith is on for the extra point. Kick is good. 49-20 now after the extra point by Keith Layson. 49-20, 7:08 remaining here in the game. Lions lead it over the Herrin Tigers on News Radio WJPF.
Montgomery's Place in Carterville is your place for taking a quick lunch break, a craft dinner experience with a relaxing atmosphere, or a Saturday brunch spot. It's Montgomery's Place. Their menu offers full breakfast options and hot and cold espresso drinks. Ask about their weekly dinner specials Thursday through Saturday. Their full bar and signature cocktails makes Montgomery's Place the perfect place for your next private party or event. Proud to be a longtime Carterville Lions booster. Montgomery's Place on South Division Street.
Central Hospital for Animals in Marion, Herrin, Carbondale, and Harrisburg has been taking care of your furry family members for over 40 years. Sure, they do wellness visits and routine vaccinations, but you might not know about everything they offer, like orthopedic surgery for pets with hip or knee injuries, and laser therapy to reduce inflammation, pain, or promote wound healing. Noticing that your pet stopped jumping? Maybe they've just slowed down in general. Central Hospital for Animals offers chiropractic services too. Online at centralvet.net.
49-20 is our score. Carterville kicks the ball away, and it's going to be picked up at the 10-yard line by the Tigers, bringing it here to the near side and brought down at about the 27-yard line. That's where Herrin is going to take over from there. Lukens on the return. 7:03 showing on the game clock.
James Behan, Carson Banks, a couple of those guys in on the tackle being overly gentlemanly about trying to help the runner up here. I think they have received the message of let's go out, let's play clean, let's finish this game up. There's a penalty to – oh, I'm sorry, that was not a penalty. The ref was throwing the football off the field. It looked like he was chucking another
There's
flag.
been a lot of throwing from the ref tonight.
He's going to have to ice his arm after the game's over from the penalties he's thrown tonight.
Taking an ice bath and all. So here are the Tigers. As at quarterback now, it's going to be Jackson Hudson. And Jax kind of bobbles the kickoff, or the snap, rather.
Brought down by Silas Lee and Braden Brown, a couple of sophomores who've been working hard this year, according to Coach Gerald's. He's been bragging on their work and effort in there. Nice job there to get some time and make the most of it.
Jackson Hudson is the grandson of Scott Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
Working with Mike Murphy on the radio side of the call tonight, on the Herrin call. So, Jack, I don't know if he's played how much he's a freshman.
Well, I was going to say, it says here he's a freshman.
Yeah. So congratulations, Jackson, in at quarterback. As earlier it was Talon Nemeth that came off the field. Second 18 from the 28. Jackson Hudson takes the snap, hands it off, bringing it around the near side and popped right there at about the 30. And on the ground at the 32-yard line. So that was Jaden Kelly.
Luke Phillips made the initial contact. He's ultimately brought down by Drake Cappy.
So some of the younger players maybe for Herrin getting into the game. Clock continues to roll toward 5 minutes remaining. It is 3rd and 7 from the 39. Hudson from the shotgun takes the snap, gives it to Kelly once again. And Kelly's bottled up right there, and he's dropped at the 29-yard line. They're going to give him his forward movement, which is the 30, so now it's going to be 4th down. And will the Tigers punt, or will they go for it? Down 29 points. Clock continues to roll.
Looks like they've got someone at punter's depth here. Shaden Hobson's back again.
Yep.
Carterville has dropped, I think that's Jonathan Miller.
I believe so. 25. Snap. Kicks away. And it's going to hit, and Carterville gets a little bit of a bounce as they're going to have the football inside Herrin territory at the 48-yard line. Let's take a break. Let's pause for 30 seconds. Carterville's getting the ball back here. 49-20 our score on News Radio WJPF.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
So the clock rolls. Continuous clock? You want to explain?
I would assume it's probably because of the game situation and how physical it's been and emotional it's been. I think what they're doing is letting the clock roll out and let's get out of here before we get somebody hurt or somebody does something stupid. So
that makes sense. They're just going to keep winding the clock.
Yes, they're not going to stop it now. It's a 29-point game. Both teams have subbed out. And although these guys out on the field would like some reps and they've earned some reps, I think it's best that, you know, there's no need to rub any salt in the wounds. Let's get it over with.
Third quarter was rough and tumble out there. And so Carterville has the football. Trying to get to the outside and brought down on the carry. Carter Jones. Boyer with the stop for the Tigers. And it's going to bring up 2nd down now.
Say Carterville's going to run. They might run another play or two. They can also, if they want to, they can always take a delay of game penalty. And
sure.
Then they got to throw the flag, walk it back, reset it, and burn another 30 seconds doing that.
My friend, we got a long road trip next week.
We do. We do.
3.5 hours. You just go up to Champaign and turn right. You're going to run into St.
That'll
Joe, Illinois. And on the keeper, it's going to be Zach Carter. And he's brought down from behind. But, St. Joe Ogden, the AP poll in Class 3A this week, St. Joe a perfect 3-0. They're number 4 in Class 3A. Of course, last year they were a ranked opponent. Carterville pulled the upset at home. But this time you get the 3.5-hour bus ride up there.
And let's talk about last year's game for just a second. What a spectacular game that was last year when we saw St. Joe. Like, you're not going to see very many high school football games that are more explosive and exciting than that one.
As a matter of fact, I think you can go over to YouTube and rewatch the game.
I might listen to it on the way up tomorrow or next week.
I'll go back and watch it. But we're looking forward to that. Actually, this is the first of 4 road trips in a row for Carterville. Tonight here at Herrin, they'll be at St. Joe next week. Then after that, we head to Harrisburg to take on the Bulldogs. Then we'll go to Massac to take on the Patriots. And then finally, the last 2 weeks of the regular season will be home against Murfreesboro and then Anna Jonesboro to wrap up the season.
Yes.
So under a minute to play here. Carterville is going to get the win over the Herrin Tigers, 49-20 as the clock rolls to about 45 seconds left. Herrin will see their record go to 0-4 on the season. Carterville will improve to 3-1. And the Herrin Tigers, trying to see, I've got.
They're going to take the delay of game here. You're going to continue to wind the clock. I thought they would do that. I mentioned that they can take that delay of game. I think you can take either 2 or 3 before you get an automatic clock stop and unsportsmanlike.
It's not going to get any easier for Herrin. They have Murfreesboro next week at Murfreesboro.
And they're going to be missed. They're going to be down a man.
That's going to be the final score. 49-20 is the score. The Lions win it over cross-county rival Herrin Tigers. Carterville now 3-1 on the season. Tigers 0-4. 49-20 the final score. Stay with us. Our SIU Credit Union postgame show is next on News Radio WJPF.
Don't let the name fool you. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local
7. Yeah, we'll go 90 here, then 90 before the coach, and anything else you need if we need to get an extra in before the coach.
Tree trimmers, telephone workers, utility workers, city employees, factory workers, construction workers, and many more. So when you support the IBEW, you're really supporting Southern Illinois. Help make Southern Illinois a brighter place. Put your trust in the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all.
High school football means Friday Night Live is here. I'm Darren Kennard, and you can join me live on Facebook after tonight's game for River Radio Sports Central's Friday Night Live, presented by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in Carterville. Catch all of tonight's scores and join in the discussion on Friday Night Live. River Radio Sports Central, powered by Clark Concrete and IBEW Local 702. I'll see you live on Facebook tonight for Friday Night Live, presented by Charlie's AC and Heating.
Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home is a family-owned and operated, full-service funeral home, serving Southern Illinois since 1930. They provide dignified, caring, and individualized services to their client families. The funeral home you choose is not just the business down the street, but the caring staff that counsels you in one of the most difficult times in your life. From the time of the first phone call, your family is their #1 priority. When you need them, Riggin, Palach, and Burke Funeral Home in Carterville is there.
49-20 is our score here at Herrin. Carterville now 3-1. Keenan Clark. Herrin falls to 0-4. And I guess the conversation is going to kind of come out of this game is at the end of the game, about 4 minutes left, and the officials called for a rolling clock. Now, it was kind of a wild and crazy third quarter. A lot of personal fouls called, and there's a couple of ejections within the game. But I'm not seeing it, but I understand. I understand both sides of it. So.
Yeah, and I assume they probably checked with the coaches and said, hey, let's do what's right here. Let's get this game over. There's nothing good that's going to come from us extending this game, so let's let the clock roll. So that might have been what part of the conversation was about on that long delay after the unsportsmanlike penalties against Herrin.
That was a hard-fought win. Regardless, I mean, I know the score is 49-20, but that first 3 quarters there, that was some hard football.
Even if you disregard the penalties and both teams getting a little chippy as the game went along, it was a physical football game. Yeah. These kids are going to be in pain. Like they played hard. Both teams hit hard. Both teams took some shots. Like, that was a physical football game. Fun to watch from the sideline, but you could tell how emotional it was out there on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Lions win it 49-20 here this evening. And so they improved to 3-1, going to hit the road next Friday night as they go to St. Joe, Ogden, to take on St. Joe. That'll be our first time playing up there. I can't ever recall.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not going to have a nicer press box or a food spread than what Herrin had.
And
this was Katie Dial level of presentation up here tonight.
And Stephanie Allen and Steve and his wife, they take care of the food up here, and they've taken good care of us tonight, making sure that we're fed, and they do an outstanding job, and we just want to say thank you to Herrin Tigers for their hospitality here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
49-20 is our score. Coach Brett Dial making his way toward the broadcast booth. We're going to take a break, and we'll talk to the head coach when we return here on News Radio WJPF.
SIU Credit Union now offers interest with their free checking with e-statements accounts. Sign up for free checking and start earning a dividend on balances over $1,000. Open with just $25, and there's no monthly fees when you sign up for e-statements. Get access to over 85,000 free ATMs nationwide and free online banking and valuable SIU CU rewards. To start earning, apply online at siucu.org. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
Rise Performance in downtown Carterville is one of Southern Illinois' best fitness facilities, offering something for the whole family. Members enjoy 24/7 access with 9,000 square feet of equipment. They offer group classes, women's only classes, youth strength and conditioning, personal training, sports medicine, and massage therapy. Looking for a great variety of cardio equipment? Look no further than Rise Performance. They even have a separate room for free weights. Rise Performance on Division Street, Carterville.
The Southern Illinois celebration of National Hunting and Fishing Days returns to the campus of John A. Logan College in Carterville September 28th and 29th. John A. Logan College and title sponsor Oasis Outdoors are excited to bring you the popular events like the McDonald's Kids Free Fishing Hole, 3D Archery, Super Retriever Series, hunting and fishing seminars, and dozens of vendors. Join us September 28th and 29th on the John A. Logan College campus for this Southern Illinois tradition. Visit sihfd.org for more information.
49-20 is our final score here this evening. The Lions get the win over the Herrin Tigers. They improved to 3-1 on the season heading into week 5. And a big road trip for the Lions as they head to St. Joe. Coach, congratulations. Tough ball game here tonight. That was probably as physical as a ball game as we played all season.
You know, that's the team that running the football this summer I thought we could be. You know, when we had our 11-on-11s with Quoin and Streeter came down, I thought we were very physical up front. And then really week 1, I thought we got smacked by Benton, and we kind of saw our guys, you know, we kind of went in our shell a little bit. And we've been kind of searching, and we really simplified. Coach Helfrich up front, our line coach, he really got after it this week with those guys. Nothing negative, just raising the expectation and raising the physicality, and we simplified some schemes. Sometimes we overthink it as coaches. So I thought this week we really simplified some things, kind of went back to the basics, and we got after them a little bit. And I thought our offensive line was very physical tonight, opened up some monster holes. Our running backs did a great job of cutting off those holes. And offensively, that's our best game of the year, and it's not even close. We really busted out on the ground tonight.
Yeah, I can't say too much about your offense and Moncozy and the job he did tonight, but also defensively, really good job. You're going to give up some big plays when you're playing a team like this. Like you know that's going to happen. You have to minimize the long drives and not let them score. But defense did a good job as well.
Yeah, I mean they I think all 3 touchdowns of theirs were long runs. Yeah. I believe. I can't remember the first one. You know, they cut back. Nelson cut back on one, and they got the play right before the half. And then the Lukens busted the 70-some yarder right out of the gate in the second half. So all 3 of their scores were big, and that's who they are. You know, and I thought we did a great job of making them continue to snap the football. And every time they did score, we came back on offense and we answered. And you know, we knew if we could get that score around the 30 mark or even more, and then we get it over 40 and close to 50 tonight, we knew that was definitely in our favor. And like I said, the offense, we had a stall. I think it was 28-20. And I came out, I had a bad series. You know, we had a bad snap on that too, and I made some silly calls. And the next series and the rest of the game out, we went back to what we've been doing all game and just pounded it right at them.
Coach, what I really liked was the rotation you got into between Johnson and Bishing at quarterback, and that seemed like it just opened up the offense.
Very much so. I was really proud of our guys tonight as a team effort, you know, and those 2 were very unselfish, and they just want to win. You know, and Bishing is willing to he says, Coach, you do whatever you got to do. Let's win the ball game. And, you know, I trust both of them. And they both bring something different to the table. And then, you know, not only can we throw it to Nick out there, but just the decoy, the threat of him being there, I think really opens up some of the run game as well. And I think we saw that tonight. Then the second half, we got in a really good rotation with Cozy and Myers in the backfield. And, you know, those guys were, I think Chance busted a long run. And he comes up and he points right at Cozy and says, you go in and you score. I mean, he put Cozy in right there to get the touchdown. So, I mean, that's, as a coach, that's when I know we're making some progress. That's when I know we're taking some steps forward. And that's the team that I want to go and coach on Monday.
Yeah, that's the thing that we saw the guys, and we kept talking today, like, do your job, do your job, do your job. Your offensive line did their job tonight. Your quarterbacks played their roles. Your running backs played their roles. Defensively, we saw Crane and Poole come up and play on the defensive line of scrimmage whenever they were in double tight wishbone. So everybody had a little bit of an alternative. They didn't look selfish out there, and then they kept their heads whenever they had to get out of the game.
We had a little bit of balance tonight. We were able to run a football. We got some play action boots. Got the ball out in the flat. We threw the ball down the middle of the field a little bit. So we were. This is a much different offense than people have seen the first 3 weeks, and we did a good job of executing tonight. And we're going to have to continue to get better. I mean, it doesn't get any easier. Next week we hit the road, and we're going to go play a very, very good football team. A team that I would say is, a top 5 contender in 3A on the road, and, that's going to be a long drive, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to go up there and play a great program. They do things the right way. They're very class act. So I'm very interested, or very excited, I should say, to get up there and play a great football game in the central part of the state next week.
Coach, congratulations. Nice win, 49-20, and I like where this team is at looking at week 5.
We are better than we were week 3. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can ask for right now. But this can't be the peak.
Right.
I felt like last year I thought we were really doing some good things, and I thought we peaked week 5, and then it was kind of just to hang on for dear life, to the end, and we can't have a repeat of that. We have to do a better job, and I think what happened to us last year is we could throw the ball really well, and we got so reliant upon the pass that when it got tough, we really couldn't go to the run game, and I'm not going to make that mistake again, and we've stuck with it. We've simplified some things, and we made some massive strides forward in our run game tonight, so I'm very pleased with that. Also give a shout-out to my brother here. He's in town from Texas. First game he saw, the last time he saw me coach a football game was my very first game, which I'm still –
How'd that go?
I'm still very humbled on that one. That wasn't a very good night.
Well,
for those of you that were here in 2019, I got my feelings hurt pretty bad that night.
It was 9 – what are we, 7th year, 8th year?
This is 6.
Okay.
Boy, it feels like 10, though, doesn't it?
It does.
But, no, he's in town, and he's in town for my mom's birthday. She's on the way home. Happy birthday, Mom. Very sweet. There you go. I love you, and let's go on to the next one.
Coach, congratulations, and thanks for making the trip up and getting the W tonight. So, Coach Brett Dial joining us here. John A. Logan College Coaches Show. Why would you go anywhere else? 49-0, or excuse me, 49-20. The final score. Carterville improves to 3-1. Herrin now 0-4, and they go to Murfreesboro next Friday night.
Yeah, that's going to be –
that's a nice win.
Both teams are hooked tough next week.
Absolutely. We are going to be talking to you about 6:45 next Friday night from St. Joe, Illinois. As we said, it's east of Champaign, about a 3.5-hour drive. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 6:45. We'll have right here on News Radio WJPF. We'll have our YouTube live stream up for you as well, but looking forward to that. 49-20, the final score. Lions win it. Thank you to Brian, our pal, back at the studio, our producer, engineer, from a broadcast partner, Keenan Clark. I'm Dave McKenzie. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Lions football on News Radio WJPF. God bless.
This has been a
We're going to do a wrap-up.
All right, good job. Appreciate your patience through the technical stuff there.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it on your end, too.
Yeah, I just, when Gannon gets in here, I hope he can help navigate that. This keeps happening, and I don't know why.
All right, buddy. Hopefully I'll work on it this week and see if we can get it fixed. So.
All right, see you in the morning.
All right, Mom. Thanks.
Shawnee Health, the city of Carterville. This broadcast was also brought to you